Long time no see. Only joking, of course. Right, where did that go? Shit, I've lost it. What, I pinned it. Oh, I'm gonna need to take a wee drink because my it's a bit dry. Right, so welcome. I just recorded another one if you're just joining us at this one, so you might want to watch that first. But you do you, boo. Right, okay, so I'm going to put all this in. I'm going to assume that the mic is working. But if people could look out for the mic dying, that'd be helpful because I have used it a lot before I even came on here. Right, so what I'm pasting in here is if anyone wants a 5, 15 minute or a 30 minute reading, so basically it's never just reading cards, it's always clearing, channeling energy, and the energies you can see is more heightened. It's basically more powerful, it's stronger tonight. There's a lot of very loving goddess energy that I'm channeling that's blown my mind because it's stuff I don't logically know. It's just flowing in, and then the cut. Like seriously, if you're in the membership's always heightened, like the synchronicity. So, um, yeah, you'll get what I mean if you right. So I'm just gonna check. That's blown my mind. Right, but yes, all I know is there's very strong goddess Isis energy around, and Hathor in particular too. But again, goddess Isis is someone that I would like. I net someone, yeah, an energy I work with. Mary Magdalene is because they're very linked. But Hathor for some reason is coming in really strong. It's not some reason. I feel it's because it's Venus conjunct Jupiter. So it can. But if you're wondering, I'm getting that. That's my channel, my astrology stuff. Like that's the thing that I'm a bit of a mystery to myself and others. Like yeah, that's it's just so weird. Like I just it was flowing in, and then I pulled that card. So now I can show you what I'm talking about. So on top of what I'm talking about, after I finished, my eyes got drawn to make music and happily ever after. So what I can tell everyone, because not everyone's in the membership. Oh shit, I thought just wait a minute. Um, right, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I'll set it for 2 hours, but I might just be here for an hour. Um, right, I'll change it because I don't know how many people are going to be here, but that's a bit steep, but if we do it, then I'll do more things like this. See, that's not even steep. I've just called in abundance in the membership. Uh, I've got my own limit and belief, so we'll just work with this, right? I've put if we get 5 super chats, right, at a fiver or more, right, then everyone in the chat gets a free card, right? I do that on a Leo moon anyway, but we'll do that tonight. So, um, but other than that, it's paid because again, I've got to have boundaries around stuff. So that's only if we do that, right? Because what I've just worked out as well, and then when there's more people and more abundance flowing for all, like then I can do more generous stuff. But that's what I need to start utilizing this more. Like, but see what I mean? It's already working because I don't usually come up with it, but I've had that vision and it's coming in more. Like I don't usually use this thing properly. What was I going to say there? Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm just being transparent here as well. If you don't reach a certain amount each month, you actually the money doesn't get released, and it's really annoying because it's really just pocket money, the stuff I get from this just now anyway, right? And probably for quite a while, but anyway, it might not be. But so if I do things like that more often, then at least that'll stop happening because it's fucking annoying. But anyway, it'll just so um right, okay, so but I feel right, the thing that I will say is what so I think I was maybe going to read that one from the book. So I was going to actually show you them. Are they here? Fuck, I feel like I've mucked them. No, they're sitting there. So in the first level of membership, I pulled dreams come true, you'll get what you have long desired, enjoy your wealth and the power of prayer. Remember, the incentive for the first level is the shamanic sacred prayer circle, which again I've ran things like that, like I said, in my membership groups for what 9, 10 years that I've had, mainly on Facebook, then been doing it. I tried things like on Ko-fi, and then for the last sort of year, year and a half, whatever it's been, I think it's just over a year, it's been on here. But so that's on the thumbnail, so that's not given too much weight. And then, but the one on the second level was really wow. And there's something coming through about utilizing music right now. So if you can get your favorite tunes on and utilize the Elastus Lionsgate portal energy, it is very strongly advised. And that's what basically coming on to this. That's what I said in that activation. And can I just say, I sat down to do that. I couldn't be arsed. I'm just being honest, right? Like, I was tired and I thought, and I was like, oh no, I'll just leave it and I'll wait till I've got more energy. And they were just like, sit down and do it. We just need you to be the vessel, right? So that I've just looked at that and it's about to be his numbers again when I said that. So, but and that happened all the way throughout that activation too. But so basically what that means, if you're new, it's like when I see things to do with my divine masculine, it's like balancing now it is balancing your inner divine masculine, or it's about divine masculine, male, female. But every single thing that I said in that activation, the card backed up. And I know that happens all the time, but like scarily word for word, right? So I'm going to show you the ones that are on the thumbnail here. So pulled that at the end. I mentioned about clearing black magic and anyone that's sending you bad juju to your finances, right? Because people like to do that to me quite a lot. And just, yeah, from different avenues, and sometimes it can be your own limiting beliefs and blah, blah, blah. And like I've said, with my astrology, there's something about how I activate people's abundance and money, and I can make people loads more money than what I make. And it's just, yeah, it's just good to know your soul contract. If you want to know yours, I can look at your chart. But I specifically mentioned severing vows of poverty because I know that a money and abundance is connected to this time. Wait a minute, I really need to check if my mic is the mic hasn't died because the mic is on, but I'm just yeah, it is. Come back, people that were on the last live stream. Where are you? Beck and Gretchen, at least. Come back. Come back. Come back, Jack. Come back. Titanic was on the other day, but I thought I'm not watching it. I'll be in fucking bits. I loved it. I went to see the cinema about 11 times. Might have even been more. That's not even a lie. Don't judge me. Lots of other people done that, but I'm judging my past self. What in the fuck, man? Especially because it's about 5 hours or something. It's like 4 hours, isn't it? Anyway. So, oh, wait a minute though. Titanic. Someone might be about to jump. You know the bit when she's about to jump onto the lifeboat? Like she could have saved herself and she jumps back to be with him. And that's quite interesting because it is about abundance and poverty there, because he's in poverty and she's in abundance, and she could have saved her own ass and swam away to safety, and she jumped back for love. And obviously we know how it goes. But that is that's my favourite scene in that. You know what I mean? When it's like and you know what I mean, and the boat's being lowered and it's you jump, I jump, that kind of stuff. Hello, I forgot to type in chat. Well, no, I'm glad you're there because it gets boring when nobody's here. But basically, so I will read this card to everyone, right? It's a taster. But yeah, I specifically mentioned vows of poverty and it came up. So it was mind blowing. Again, if you want to see it, if you're led, it's in the second level of membership. And it's more than that's not a card reading. That was an abundance activation. I intended it so you could watch it again and again. I've said to people, let me know in the comments if you experience it. Let's keep track of this. And I'm gonna, but it did feel powerful. And I'm telling you, it's to do with Venus, conjunct Jupiter, Sirius, and I'm definitely working very strongly with Goddess Isis and specifically Hathor, because there's been so much coming through about music and it's got to do with the strong Venus energy. So, yeah, so bringing me on to that, Hathor, love and music. So, I don't know if these are going to be. I don't think these will. Well, maybe because I've put in the title. Yeah, maybe actually. Nah, Hathor, because I don't want to put the. Wait a minute. But this was the other one. Perfect fit, finding the right path, the fit with the soul, the ideal job, you're meant to be here. Now that was special because I'd literally just said, thank you for being in here, or if you've been led to join, you're meant to be here. And then I pulled you're meant to be here. So it's kind of like, whether we're talking about levels of consciousness, which is not about being, but remember, like what that card says, it's not about anyone being better than anyone else. It's just simply some of us are at a higher level of consciousness. Like we just understand more about the intricate consciousness going on in the world and Christ consciousness. You know what I mean? So, as an old soul and a twin flame elder, and this is absolutely my last life, being deadly serious. I say that all the time. Um, that's why I spend a lot of time on my own. And even when it comes to twin flame journey, I don't meet really too many other twin flames that are even get it at the level of consciousness. You know what I mean? Like seriously, like yeah, very rarely. Like I mean, I've actually went to others for help in that too, and it's been a bit of a mix. But some positive experiences I've had, but other things, I've had weird things where people can get a bit jealous of me and that too. But again, at this current point in my life, I feel I'm aligned with soul family, whether it's people that come to me for help or people that I find helpful to watch and stuff too. But again, like I said, I always just say this in public because it's just some people. This is other people's experience too. It's like I'm like Nanny McPhee. It's like I only seem to get to spend a certain amount of time somewhere and I have to move on. Obviously, it's not like that with the stuff I hold myself, but with some places, it's I can never. Yeah, again, it's that's not how it is just now, but I'm always just aware of that, and it's to do what I say, like, and that feels really significant actually because the sun is near enough. It's not exactly conjunct, but it's about to conjunct my midheaven, which is about being seen in the public. You're meant to be seen in the public to help a lot of people. That's where that comes from. Even before I was in that purpose, people felt it. So, like, if I went to other spiritual groups, online or offline, I could have been trying to hide and being quite quiet, and people would feel there was a lot of energy in me, or they would notice, like, hey, you know about astrology, hey, you know about this, you know about that, right? And then people would be a bit of a dick to me. Do you know what I mean? And so, boohoo, get the violins out. But like I could have done without that because I'm very confident now in my work. But back then I wasn't. And like I said, that's why I always palled about with like one or two people that got me and saw how sensitive I actually was, along with the confidence. And to be honest, I feel that's all the soul family that tune in here, or anyone that I feel connected to when I, tune into other people's stuff. Because yeah, basically, so yeah, don't know why I'm going into it. Well, it's probably, I do know. It's probably Venus conjunct Jupiter in Cancer. It's like, hashtag all the feels. So I'm just sort of sharing that. I wouldn't be surprised if I attract a lot of people that get one. In fact, that's 100% what it is. Because a lot of the people that tune into me seem to be Scorpio risings, or Scorpio sun or moon. It's like, that's why a lot of you don't chat. And I get it. Because I'm like that too. I enjoy watching some people and I don't chat. Because sometimes I have chatted and I've had people be shitty back to me. But there are some special places where it's not like that, but again, these are my special places. But yeah, you're meant to be here anyway. Again, and anyone else that you find has a lot of love like that too, then be grateful for it. You know what I mean? Because I'm very grateful for here and you. Oh my God, what the fuck? Okay, the magic continues. The card from the Goddess Isis deck, my special ones that I usually just use for the events, that came up in that activation where this is right. Okay, I've just forgot another amazing thing that happened. I might use what I did say to them. I might pull another card for everyone here, just because I'm interested to see if something similar happens. But hello, Renee. How are you doing, Renee? There's a powerful activation coming on the second level, so I'll get that up. Wait a minute, actually, I might have. No, my phone still doing something weird. I'm going to upload that after this. But how are you doing? Um, but basically, sometimes that book says, like, if you have pulled the such and such card alongside this card, it means this. And for the past, like, well, definitely the past 5 years, but it's longer than that because I've had those cards for longer. I'd be like, what are the hi Gretchen? I called you in, Gretchen. You'll see that at the start. I'd be like, what are the chances of pulling the card that they mention? That is the first time that has ever happened. So whatever I pulled, Goddess Isis of the Sisterhood, something like that. And then if it says if you've pulled that alongside the Eye of Horus, which I had and I had mentioned before I read that, I was like, fuck? Like, so it was, like, seriously, like, Renee, you will be mind blown at this. Everyone, but you'll get what I'm saying. Like, the thing, it was just like, wow. And my energy shifted. Like, even though you haven't seen it yet, and anyone on the second level, right? I feel you'll. I want to see if you feel what I felt, because after channeling that, my energy is like, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if I get a whole load of. I'm not again. I'm not going to expect. I'm going to expect a miracle, but I'm going to release what it comes in as, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if I do actually get a whole load of bookings, or somebody books like a package, or like, I don't know, or something amazing happens, because it felt like it cleared a lot of bad juju. That's what it felt like. So I'm grateful for it anyway, and I hope it helps you guys that I channeled it for. But it's like you're getting a bit of, it's like you're getting a taster here, because I pulled that card, said Eye of Horus, and I've opened the book up at Horus, Slow Victory, so we better read it. And again, like I said, this is part of the amazingness of the way that I do this, which is unique to my soul. And again, I just can't explain it. You would need to see what I've done in the membership. Like, there's just such strong energy of this Hathor connected to love and music right now, and it's to do with this the astrology right now. So yeah, and again, like I said, that energy closes down the Lionsgate portal tonight. But yeah, the son of Osset and her murdered husband Osiris, Pharaoh of Egypt, Horus was conceived by the magic of Osset. After birth, he faced oh, it's this one again. Oh ho ho, shady shit going down. I remember this card. After birth, he faced many long battles between himself and his uncle Set, who had murdered Osiris. Eventually, Truth Mat, that's the feather of truth, that's very connected to Lady Portia, again, that energy that I hold, prevailed and overcame evil. Set as the god of chaos, and he was restored to his rightful position of Pharaoh. I feel this is about whatever karmic injustices went on in a lot of unions, or definitely, I definitely feel where, like, I want to say evil, or like karmic energies, and even like groups. I'm not going to use certain words, but groups of societies that watch people, healers and stuff like that. Anyone in the public, because there are, like, seriously, I received some strange. I'm going to tell. I'm going to have a wee laugh here. Yesterday I got some emails, and it was like, "Hello, sir." Again, crystal clear visions. So, hello, sir. I've been watching your channel very closely, and I could really help you with the algorithm. I get these emails every day, right? I'm just like, fucking spam, junk, whatever, blah, blah, delete. But it's quite funny. I was going to screenshot that one because it was like, hello, sir. I was like, oh my God. But sometimes I get other ones that are a bit creepy. And I mean, sometimes it is like, that was hilarious the other night there, but it was like, oh, people were coming on, being like, oh, you look great, and you look gorgeous and all that. And then I got an email of someone. So again, I don't know if you're just somebody that's like, look at what you see, thank you for appreciating it, or if it's like, even creepier than that. But it's just, you're kind of creeping me out, so don't do that. But um, yeah, there's definitely ones I've had where I'm like, it feels like, I don't know, it feels weird. I can just tell. It's hard to explain what I'm saying. Um, by statue of Edfu Temple cannot fully represent my true glory and power. You two are not yet recognized for your true abilities, and success will take time. There are still trials to overcome, so call on my mother Osset, who's also goddess Isis, and goddess Mat, who assisted me until finally I was victorious over Set. So again, and that isn't the card I thought it was. I thought it was the card that was going to talk about betrayals. So that could still be significant. But I feel whatever betrayals or karmic blockages have come your way, yeah, it's like I feel that's being cleared. So abundance, money and success will come later, but there will be some delays. So clearing that. If you want to help with that, I've just done a clean for that in the membership. We're not taking that on board. So, but I think it's just talking about in general what I'm kind of saying. Like, look at how hard I've been. I don't want that to. I want that to inspire people, not put people off. Don't judge my journey on yours. Just because I've been at this for 10 years and it's still like up down up down. It's just my unique journey, and it's like it's like that kind of. I may be like the underdog for people. I get it. But it'd be quite nice if there's like I reached the mountain top, and it's like, fucking hell, I worked really hard to get here. And it's like, I still feel like that right now, but it's like, fuck's sake, man, you know what I mean? It always just feels like I'm like, when am I going to reach the mountaintop? So, but I'm grateful for where I am. Okay. Do not enter a marriage or committed relationship at this time. Oh, well, delay decisions of seeking divorce and seek spiritual counseling and karmic release first. But again, I feel that's to do with because it's Mercury just went direct, it's like now you should be clear-headed. So you know what I mean? Like during the Mercury retrograde, oh, it's all actually it's not out of the shadow yet. We are still in the shadow. Sorry, I'm going to read what you're saying. We're in the shadow. But remember, a lot of people will have entered things like marriages and relationships during when Mercury, well, before that, but when Mercury was retrograde, thinking, yeah, this is really what I want. I'm vibing with this person. I don't even say that. Someone must say that. I'm really liking this person. And then as soon as it's went direct, what the fuck was I thinking? What have I got myself into? I don't like, or I don't like this job, blah, blah. What did I do to my hair? I actually had the weird, I've just realised something. I had the weirdest dream last night that somebody cut my hair too short. It was really weird. I think it might have been because I was talking about that with somebody. I don't know, but that's just hello Heather, how you doing? Someone just came to me there. I don't know. Um, Delays in having your work recognised and promotions pass you by for now. Again, we're not taking that on board. Good time to undertake spiritual and work related studies. Best to rest and meditate at home for the present. Slow progress of both minor and major illnesses. Again, clearing all of that, sending prayers for it. Family dissent and anger between family members, which will take time but eventually resolve. Again, sending prayers for that. That would make sense with Jupiter conjunct Venus and Cancer, because Cancer is a family. I could see how that would expand problems in the family, so it's not always good. But prayers for healing that. Mending the bonds hurt by pride. Brave. That's what I do for people. Success continues to evade you at present, but will come with persistence. I just need to say that because when I help a lot of people where it can't be healed and people's family have been horrendous to them. And look, I just opened the book up at Sacred Union. This number 16 has been coming a lot, the Tower card. I think there's going to be big shocks coming, or big shocking changes, transformations coming, Tower moments um, surrounding unions. Um, but yeah, I try everything to do to help people resolve the difficulties of family, but some people it's just not possible. So, it's different things for different people. Sacred Union, yeah. So obviously about Sacred Union, we'll just what does it say? Seek coaching for difficulties here and study yoga tantra together as you bring your sacred into your relationship. Your divine star soulmate is here. Oh, there you go. Somebody's not even got to wait. Right, so let us read Hathor then, and then I'll shuffle and see whatever comes through. So I chat too much. Well, you can chat as much as you want here. Bash on. Don't silence yourself because you probably do enough of that out in the world. So I definitely know that much from what you've said about some of your gifts that you need to share. Moving with light, love it. I think I just ordered an Isis charm bracelet. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. Lovely. I can't explain the energies that I've been feeling. It's amazing, loving it. Oh yeah, it's totally this energy is electric. It is powerful. Um, and I'm really, like I said, I'm excited to see how you are going to feel that. This is what I mean. You'll have already telepathically heard me, even though you've not watched it. But I'm even more excited when you watch it, what you feel. Boy, did I have to persist today. Oh, so what bit? What was that with? Right, so my nose is really itchy. That's the loved ones and spirit coming in. So, like I said, you've heard what I said about it. It is. I hate being one of those people, and I hate the word hate, but it is one of these things you have to see it to see what I mean. So, if you feel called to that, it's in the membership. So, divine star soulmate, different from a twin. Nah, I feel it's just different wording for that. That's the way I take it. She's just being fancy. You know what I mean? It's like, but I mean, that's my take on it. But um Hathor is the great mother. Did I hold that up? Just in case I didn't. Hathor is the great mother goddess of the world and of the light. She is seen as the mother of Sekhmet and the consort of Horus, and often represented as a cow or a woman with a cow's ears to represent motherhood and the flow of abundance. Again, just to stress, Jupiter conjunct Venus and Cancer, very feminine energy, that's Cancer, and it's also the mother. Love all synchronicity. Her main temple is Dendera Temple, a beautiful sanctuary for healing, music, and astrology. And here at Hathor was greatly loved and revered. So you see how it's like, you know, it's yeah, it's just I don't know, and the way in which that all flowed through. That's what I mean about like the way that I pull through the astrology is so connected to my old ancient soul that it's not. It's just the way I just channel through. That's the best way I can describe it. And I know that happens all the time, but that was really wow, and it must just be with the heightened energy today. again, what I would say actually, in hindsight, we watches, I would say I got some, we all get further upgrades and activations in this energy. And I would say that happened while I was doing that for me. And obviously for whoever watched it. So it'll be interesting. And you seem to be talking like that. You've not even seen it, Renee. So, dear ones, we tell you joy comes to the heart and all who invoke me sincerely. Oh, also, I've just clicked there. I could be feeling what the masculine is feeling right now. Like, well, what the fuck is all this that's happening? Do you know what I mean? So as a goddess of love, marriage, dance, and music, our soul lives in Dendra Temple still, but we visit to shower blessings upon you if you play goddess music and dance in our honor. That's why I was gobsmacked. I said something at the very start of the activation about, I don't know why, but I was guided to this card. I think it's still sitting there. And it said something, oh, it's not there. It said something about music. And I said, I feel like you need to play your favourite music after you watch this activation to ground it in or something. I shit you not. Said that at the start and then I pulled that. I was like, what? I don't, you know what I mean? It just comes through. So money is coming. Relax and have fun to help open the base and sacral chakras to assist the financial flow. Again, bear in mind, before I pulled that card, that's what I was told to do that activation for. You know, an amazing new love is coming, or your present relationship will improve with some therapy. Oh, you need Claire's twin flame therapy or couples twin flame therapy. Seek work that inspires and uplifts you. You have musical and dancing abilities if you wish to use them. Look how I use my musical ability, my singing ability that I don't care if you think I'm a good singer or not. I sing in my work. But you might be a singer or a dancer. I like to dance too, but really it's just around my kitchen mainly, do you know what I mean? Or the occasional time that I go out. But recommended for all locations to do with pleasure and relaxation, such as Bali, tropical resorts, Tendra Temple, or any other goddess temples. Health, old and present sexual issues are ready to be healed. And again, must stress with the power coming through here of the goddess Isis, healing fertility and anything to do with that, infertility, fertility, new beginnings. And also, goddess Hathor coming through very strongly there as well. I just feel there's so much unconditional love, motherly energy coming through, which is everything that I do when I heal. But Mary Magdalene, Jesus energy, all those kind of union energies. But it's just very, very heightened and strong today. So again, I have to stress, you've heard me say it a million times. If you are not wanting to create life out there, literally be very careful because everybody knows that it's like heightened energy for it. So yeah, but if you do, bash on. So trying to avoid non-essential surgeries and treatments, resolution of family issues, that's energy we'll want to call in. Possible marriage in the family soon, again, that's union energy, calling that in where it's divinely meant and timed and clearing all the karmic interference. Find them something better to do, right? All the people that are trying to stop the people that love being together, find them something better to do. Help them find their divine star soulmate, twin flame. They're not twin flames. Help them find their soulmate. Your future is looking good. Apart from there will be some people that are twin flames and they're with not their twin flame. That does happen. I've helped people with that. That's complicated. Your future is looking good. Gratitude to Goddess Hathor for gifts are welcomed by her and increases her positive energy flow in your life. So what I said in the membership when I pulled that card was, I say it all the time, nobody fucking does it, but I'll be open. If you do want to thank me for doing this, right? Like, again, put thank you in the comments, at least like the video. And that is, you're thanking me, Claire, but you're also putting your gratitude out to Goddess Hathor. And again, it might, abundance might come back at you, who knows, good things, union energy, just saying. Right, okay, so fell behind on my math assessments. That's why I did 4.5 hours of math today. Right, yeah, brutal. Well, sending you energy for all that you've put in. Now, what is it I've been using? Because we're wanting to wrap up what these cards. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Right, I think in one of the ones that I've done recently, I said I was going to read it at the end, and I was like, oh, I'm going to forget, and I did forget. So I'm remembering now. So I think it was this one. If it wasn't, we're reading this one anyway. So, loving all that is. Oh yeah. So again, I'll just stress if anybody wants like a paid personal, that's pinned in the pinned comment. Or like I said, if we hit the goal of whatever I set the goal at, 5 super chats, in the time that I'm here, then everyone can get a free card. So I don't know if, again, I'm not confident about that happening. I nearly donated to myself. That's quite hilarious. I didn't know that was a thing. I could send a super chat to myself. Oh, that's quite. Wait a minute, actually. I'm not being funny. Like that's. Do you know what? That weirdly, no, there doesn't be much point in that. But sometimes what I mean is to reach the threshold. It's really annoying if you're a fiver off the threshold and you have to wait a whole month to get the money. I might try that out one of these times. That's too funny. But that would be like paying a little bit of money to get back a lot of money back. Do you know what I mean? Or like, at least the cut off. But um yeah, anyway, so you wise awakening being, you can love all that is. You can love your tears and your sadness, for they are a testament to your open heart. And we did get the heart chakra card. I don't know actually if that was in this or the last one or one of the ones I've filmed for the next few days. So it's somewhere. You can love your numbness and fatigue. Oh, there we go. So we've got a bit of it. So I don't know. I don't know if it actually tells you. So thank you for that, Renee. Um, so basically, what I'll do, right, is what I think I'll do is I'll wait until when I'm going to get off, and if we haven't reached the goal, right. Well, basically, if we haven't reached the goal, I won't be reading cards for everyone anyway. And by the way, but once a month I do that on the Leo Moon for everyone. But um, anyone that has donated, I'll pull you like a card, right? Do you know what I mean? So, but oh yeah, I wanted to stress is that's there is a bit of a system, right? It reminded me. What I'll do is if anyone gets like the 5 minute, 10 minute, or whatever it is, 5 minute, 15 minute, or the 30 minute ones tonight, it'll be like because we're in this last of this Lionsgate portal energy, it's like it's an activation for your abundance. And like again, it's basically I'm not just saying it because I don't say this all the time. Basically, when people donate to me in any way or join the membership, like medical, people say it all the time how they notice the prayers helping them and medical. And again, this has happened the whole fucking 10 years I've had anything, whether it's personal sessions or public stuff, or but basically definitely wherever there's paid stuff I do. That's basically the truth. And it's because I've got Jupiter and Capricorn, Neptune, Capricorn, it's magical. Capricorn's money, success, business, blah blah blah. But because of the heightened last energy of the Lionsgate portal, it's a good time to do it, to get back. So I'll do, depending on what ones people book. Like, so for instance, with the smaller donations, see, she's not lying. Like, I'm not paying her to say that. Like, she's paying my membership. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's paying me. You're paying me. And sorry for calling you she. I mean, you call me she there too, but you know what I'm saying? It's like Renee has personally experienced these massive shifts in her energy. So, she's, I'm not lying, you're not lying. So thank you for saying that. And also, this is why it's a bit of a shame. If I had actually managed to upload that activation, that specific abundance activation, which again, usually I'm like, oh, abundance can come in any way, but I was homing in on money. So wherever you were struggling for money, we were clearing the vows of poverty, and that's why vows of poverty came up. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I noticed. What was, this is what was magical about that. I do that for people in public. There's things on the playlist to clear that too. But it makes sense that because that was specifically in the second level up, people are investing more in me monthly. And again, I see you whether in the first level or second level, because no one's on their level right now. I'd really fucking see them on it. Again, I think I'm going to take the third level off, and then the other level will be when there's more twins in union. But basically, like I've said on, because it was in the membership, I say it fairly often, but like I'm so grateful for everyone that ever donates anything or pays monthly. And I know it's a big decision to do things like that because these things all add up. Like, I mean, I know that for myself. But it's like whenever I pay into subscription, which aren't really a lot now, but whenever I do, it's like I value it, and it's like, I like to give back to people that give out a lot, and and it's so I know it takes a lot. So again, I'm really honoured when people do want to do things like that. But yeah, anyway, so all of that jazz. It's magical what she can do, and I can attest. I'm feeling the activation and haven't seen it yet. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, like I said, oh, thank you. There's another one from Beck. But yeah, when you watch that today, it'll be interesting to see, you know, because people will really see what I'm saying. So, um, right. So, you wise awakening being, you can love all that is. You can love your tears and your sadness, for they are a testament to your open heart. You can love your numbness and fatigue, for they show you that you've worked hard and are now in need of rest. You can love energy and passion, even when you're so far ahead of the pack. You have to wait a while for everyone else to catch up. Maybe a day, maybe a decade or so. Oh my God, that's really significant with what I was saying about old souls and consciousness. Because think about how many people do need to wait maybe a decade before their twin flame actually wakes up. You know what I mean? A decade plus, you know. Because you chose not to curb your enthusiasm for anyone, you can love your anger because underneath its fire is a desire for respect, and you can love your peacefulness because within your heart, you really don't care much for fighting sometimes. Yes, she is. Oh, sorry, she can answer for herself. Scorpio, Scorpio rising, if I'm remembering right. If there is something that's shaming you, worrying you, challenging you, and Venus, it's okay to just love it. It will make sense when it needs to. Until then, just love it. Yeah, love your shadow. That was the Lemurian message for today. Even when it hurts, it's a part of your own divine nature awakening. It may be like a painful cramp happening because it's been curled up for too long. Oh my God, when me talking about periods and shit like that, that's so weird. And we were talking about endometrial. I can't say it. You know, sorry, I can't say it. You know that one. You just mentioned that in the live before. See what I mean? I know what they're doing. It's like this is helping clear abundance blocks, but it's also like helping people that have got pain around the womb, like women that have got things like that in the sacral chakra, or men that, you know, anything to do with that kind of stuff. This oracle brings you a sweet message. You're just asked to love. Everything else will take care of itself. Again, that's the twin flame journey. Unconditional love. It's not conditional. It's like I'm only going to love you if you do this. I'm only going to love you if you come to me when I say, you know, I'm only going to love you. No, you're going to unconditionally love your twin flame no matter what. You might not be happy about how long it's taken or if it ever happens, but you're going to love them unconditionally. Do you know what I mean? When you're both truly wide awake, that is how it goes. A state of being, allowing, receiving, becoming one with all that is. Now look at that. I pulled it the other day, but I obviously needed to read it tonight. So if I forget to pull one tonight, that's if something can remind me to pull one at the end, it'd be good. Right. So what I think would make sense is in case somebody wants one of the bigger ones, I'm gonna use the combination that I would use for that. So we'll use them again. We'll use the abundance ones. We'll use these. Oh, sorry, my nose is really itchy. Lovers of spirit. Right. I think yeah. So yeah. So this is probably the combination of cards I'll use, and I'll use at least one of these. Probably these Egyptian, whatever one you want, the money one, for these donations. But we'll wait till the end. I'm just curious to see because I'm gonna, and I don't know. Oh, look, it does. It goes. Look, see. So it's like it's halfway. Yeah. So look, it's halfway. But like I said, so I'm going to do that more often. So like I said, I'm just going to do it, build it, and they will come. If people don't, you know, people donate when they can donate. But what I'm saying is, I'm just being transparent. I'm going to do that because that is clever. It's clever to do that because you've no idea. There's a threshold, right? And if you don't meet the threshold, which isn't even a lot, by the way, it's like, but it's so annoying. Sometimes you could be like a couple of pounds short of it and you won't get the money. And sometimes it's just good for paying like my mobile bill or something. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not having that happen because I've worked out that it's like with what I get from the membership and because sometimes it's no bother because that's what I mean. Sometimes some months donate, someone will be generous donation. Sometimes other months people haven't donated at all. So it's just I need to work out if I at least encourage that, then it doesn't. Yeah, it would basically be on a couple of live streams. If a few people donated, then that wouldn't happen. And that because, like I said, it's I do give a lot, and it's annoying when that happens. And like I said, that's specific because you know what's kind of annoying is I will have had other donations through Kofi, but that goes to my PayPal, which obviously the way any of it comes in, I'm grateful for. But because it's specifically on YouTube, it needs to be on here. It needs to be on the super chat. So I think sometimes I will just do what I've done. Although, mind you, that link goes to the or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, I always break it down. So see just now, right, the one that's pinned, if anyone wants these specific ones, right, I've broke it down. So you always know, like, so say if someone wants a 5 minute message, it's £10 or it's $13 or it's 18 Canadian or it's €11. If people want that, so you can always follow that. So you either use that link and it'll tell you, it'll go to whatever it is in your currency anyway, or you can use the dollar button. I know some people know this, but I'm just explaining it, right? Um, and then any other donations that people make that are smaller than that or that, then I'll still pull you like a couple of cards. But these ones, because it matters, within 5 minutes I can pull a lot of cards. But the other ones, so that's kind of the way I do it. And then obviously with the higher ones, same thing. Just always make sure that because otherwise it's kind of annoying for me to keep track of. I'll just assume that you just want, because sometimes people get £10 mixed up with $10 and all that, and it's all not the same. And I've got dyslexia and a whole of the other shit, so it's kind of do you know what I mean? Just confuses me. So I'm just explaining that. Right. So, oh no, now that won't fuck off. Right, there we go. Yeah, Scorpio, Sun, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Oh my God, you've got Jupiter and Pluto there. Holy shit, man. I've been cleaning for sure. Absolutely, I have that right. Okay, so let's see. What have we got? So this is if anyone books those paid personal ones, these are the cards I'm going to use. Like I said, whether we reach the goal or not, I will use these cards for some of you as well, whatever one you feel drawn to, or whatever if you want me to go. Let's see. What have we got? This is a collective message, but just keep in mind these are the cards that I'll use. Collective message for whoever resonates. Actually, we'll do it a bit different. What I'll do is I'll do one for Divine Feminine, one for Divine Masculine, so slightly different. One for Divine Feminine or Masculine Feminine side for the strongest collective right now. With this last is Lionsgate Portal Energy, because I do feel there has been massive shifts in the Twinflame collective for those that are right. Okay, wait a minute. Let's fuck the cards. Let's just pull this through. So those that are ready for the union, there's been massive shifts and huge clearing of karmic interference, whatever that'll all be for different people. Who knows? But I just feel there has been a huge shifts for some people. So again, I just trust that you will know if that is you, because it will already have happened and things will move forward, or it may be about to be and you don't realize, or it's not too far away. But I just feel there's been a huge shift, and some of these shifts could, yeah. So again, it's and other people. There's a lot. There's more to go in the journey, but it's just I feel it very strongly. So, divine feminine. see if see if I pull out sacred union again. That's going to be kind of nuts because initiation. I used that word at some point on either the last or was it in the membership? So I'm getting so mixed. This is what I mean. I'm getting mixed up with what I've done in the membership and what I've done here. Anyway, there's some kind of initiation. Sarcophagus 31. So the 31st of August could be significant. So, but you see, I think that links to when I said, I know that I've had some kind of activation. Oh, as I pull Osiris, the divine masculine energy again. Bear in mind, again, I'm still gobsmacked at that it was goddess Isis energy on the Thursday, and then on the 8-8 portal, it was goddess Osiris, twin flames. Like it was absolutely nuts. But I pulled Osiris. I, this is what I'm channeling the math. See, this is not normal. This energy is how excited some of the masculine energy are, male and female. It's like overload. So I'm just acknowledging that. So if some of you, is this how you feel today, Renee? If some of you are like in this like ADHD times a million kind of energy, even if you've not got it, that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. This would be very handy to get my housework done. Just saying, you know, it would be very handy if I was still in this energy when I got off here and I was able to tidy up my cards with this. That would be helpful. Right. So, because what days? What's tomorrow? I keep thinking tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah, Tomorrow is going to be the hot. Tomorrow in England, it's a heat wave. I'm praying for you guys. It's like 30 degrees or something or more. Here, I think it's 26. That's fucking hot enough for me. Thanks very much, but too hot. But yeah. So I might go out in it for a tiny bit, but I actually might not. I was out in it today, and it's like it burnt me through my trousers. I had cream on, but I hadn't put it on the top bit. And I was sitting my dad. I was like, "That's burnt my leg." And he was like, "Of course, it's going to burn you through your clothes." I was like, "No, that." The sarcophagus in the king's chamber of the Great Pyramid of Giza Plateau was only ever used for spiritual initiations and never a tomb. After about 12 years training following initiations in the Queen's Chamber, the high priests and priestesses would spend 3 days laying in here as final initiation as they travelled down in their soul to the mystical halls of Amenti below the Great Pyramid. That's so interesting, right? Because in shamanic stuff, that is very much like when I've described, like, when I camped out in the woods, with other people doing this too, but like for 24 hours fasting, to gain that more further spiritual insight. Vision Quest. I nearly mixed it up. I nearly was going to say Voyage, but that is a journey, isn't it? But Vision Quest, there's small versions of that and there's bigger versions of that. Or like, going in a sweat lodge, praying it out, sweating it out with a group of people. There's all these different ways, but that's that's what these things are kind of echoing a lot of the time in different traditions when you do stuff like that. Those that passed would have amazing powers of healing and prophecy, because especially, when you do something like that, it basically opens. Now, for me, I'm not a good example because, again, I'm called Claire, I've got all the Clairs, I activate the Clairs in people, even through this free content, but definitely in the paid content. But the idea is that when you're in the darkness, not using your physical eyes opens up your third eye. But even for someone like me that's extremely clairvoyant, like I have even more profound experiences, you know what I mean? So, like I've said that before, but although that was years ago now, I've done that. I felt like my twin flame was with me. Like, you know what I mean? It feels like all the time, but it was like because I was kind of scared. There was animals in the field, and there's badgers underneath me and everything. It was like I felt safe, and then also felt safe because my dad had given me his jumper, so it was like I was protected by my divine masculine, but then also the divine masculine of my dad with the jumper. So it was quite cool. Um, this is a place of alchemy, and know as you lay here that white light beings enter your body and transform what's heavy and dense into pure white light. Again, that is the light beings come in to help on the day when Sirius is at the highest energy, or the last of the Lionsgate portal. I love it. Transformation and change occurs as you experience first bliss, then later a time of separation and reformation of the physical body occurs. That sounds like Twinflame Union. Oh, this is the card that explains soul retrieval. So this is why I always say that look out for 3 weeks later, and that's usually when people have a big shift in their energy after a session, and that's what Renee's noticed. And it's also when you watch one of the soul retrievals, like on like what I done on the Lionsgate portal. So look out from 3 weeks from when I done that. Um, some 21 days later, the alchemy is complete, but you will always be different now on all levels. You two are going through a test in time, but know the challenges are worthwhile and the rewards for your patience will be great. Abundance, you may need to make some worthwhile financial sacrifices as you make positive changes in your life. Love, a time of solitude may be needed as you're transforming yourself. A more spiritually aware partner is coming after this time, or your present partner will become more understanding of your path. Hello, divine feminine energy. Your partner will become more understanding of your path. That could be translated to your divine masculine gets it, or they get it more. Um, Study is indicated here, especially for self improvement and personal growth. What you sacrifice now will pay rewards later. So if you sacrificed a lot of um, time and energy, whatever else, pouring into a business, pouring into your life purpose, the rewards will come later. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely one of those people. But again, it's so much later now. I'm ready for it now. You know what I mean? These shifts can happen now for me and you. Good to travel for sacred journeys, meditation retreats, healing courses. Business travel is quite testing for you, but worthwhile. Dramatic improvements through meditation, self healing. That's the health message. Deeper spiritual awareness will finally help you let go of the past heavy baggage. Family, a time of separation or simple time out from your family would be beneficial for them and yourself. Future, miracles, magic, and enhanced psychic spiritual awareness is coming your way. Again, I just love the synchronicity of me saying, I feel that's happened for me. I didn't know that was even possible to happen with what happens to me on a daily. But anyway, so yeah. So if you're the divine feminine, female or male, just know that that's going on. But even the divine masculine's male or female, that's your emotional body. Could be. I know that is the case actually. Like I've got clients I'm working with soon, soul family. where they've already had shifts like that and feeling a ability to love themselves more or to be able to love others more, heart awakening, but also many of you are experiencing lots of low self-worth or like uh yeah, just loads of things in that area, all the things that keep coming out collectively. So I'm just mentioning because you're loads of people are going through a lot of the same stuff. um right, so let's see if the same card comes out for the masculine or the feminine's masculine side. Different one. The Sphinx, silent wisdom, again feels very connected to this time. 41, so that age could be significant. I'm 41. Some of you might be 41. Doesn't need to be relevant to everyone. So, silent wisdom. Seen as no older than 5,000 years, in reality, modern research and channeled information see her as close to 50,000 years old. The spirit of the Sphinx is an ancient protective divinity related to Sekhmet, who shared much wisdom with the offer each of the 9 times. I stood between her paws to meditate and channel. The Sphinx says she was built as a guardian for the Great Pyramid, and there are secret underground tunnels connecting them. I come as a silent watcher from ancient days, and know I stood guard as pyramids and temples were built there. I infused my fire energy in the Great Pyramid, and it's double fire energy right now with Aries, Moon, Leo, Sun, often needed so the ancient mothers could give birth safely. See me as your hidden grandmother in spirit, and invoke me when needed as we seek to silently protect all women and babies. There's that Cancer conjunction energy coming through again. Did I read this? I don't think I saw this stuff. Yeah, I had that random motivation today. It was long overdue. There you go. I'm cleaning, shampooing carpets after being glued to the couch for months. Oh, there you go. Oh, actually, Renee, that's it. I felt that today too. Like again, I've said this right. I don't know. Somebody just slammed the door downstairs. Fuck you. Do you know what I mean? It's like I could have been party, but yeah, basically, it's like they do that all the time. It's fucking annoying. Like something that's really like, why are you slamming the door? Basically, yeah, I've had loads of energy like that too for housework. I hope it continues tomorrow. The last 2 days, just bought an Ankh of Isis necklace. Beautiful. Right, so protect your belongings carefully. Money may be delayed, but it will arrive. Calling it in. Love, making love. Oh my god, this is. Oh my god, it's happening again. It happens all the time on here, but oh my god, it's happening in a hating way. What did I say? Making love may result in pregnancy, so take care that this is really wanted at present. I already said that. The cards literally bang that up. Nuts. Work career, pregnancy and birth for you or workmate may disrupt your work plans. Travel, take care if traveling during pregnancy. Travel by sea and road is safe. Health, possible. Oh my god, this card is just completely talking about pregnancy. Possible pregnancy. Pregnant women will deliver safely, but invoke Tourette still. Family, births are very likely in your family. Worries such as inability to conceive and difficult pregnancies for family members will end in success and be safe. Again, absolutely praying that wherever anyone catches this presently or in the future, that yeah, that there's prayers coming in for any areas where there's problems conceiving and where children are wanted and you're with the right person and all that. And again, we're just wanting to block off anyone that's wanting to trap people in unfair situations, and we're calling in the discernment and the wisdom to not get yourself into things like that too. But again, I always just think these things are divinely meant. It's fucking life lessons, isn't it? But again, prayers for empathy if that has happened to you, because there's a lot of fucked up people that do shit like that. So births are very likely in your family. Worry, oh, I read that bit. Future, some short-term worries and fears that resolve with time. Know you're safe and see this as a rather difficult birthing time that will result in great joy soon. Right, lovely. Okay, so, oh my god, guys, sorry. I just, oh my god, I just realised something even stronger. That was the masculine's card. Oh my god, like, sorry, the way these comes out matters. The feminines are getting huge activations. So if you're already like an old soul and awakened, blah blah blah, it doesn't stop, right? It's a heightened time. Or if you're new to this, it's like, wherever you're at, masculines. What I took from that is be very vigilant, especially the males out there. Well, only the males actually. We're not going ridiculous with this. Um, be very careful there. Be very careful. And of course, we all speak. It feels like it goes more to the negative for that. If you are wanting babies, well, great baby making energy there. Right. So what have we got for the feminine? I'm worried I never have a family with someone first. Don't put that out there. On the day, well, it's not the day of fertility, but the whole Lionsgate portal is, well, actually, to be honest with you, holy fucking shit, actually, Venus conjunct Jupiter. Venus is love, aka love making. By the way, I can't stand, I'm surprised I read that out, making love. Look at my face. That makes me cringe. But anyway, so um, Venus, planet of love, conjunct Jupiter, planet of expansion, in the sign of mothers and birth and family. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why this is heightened energy for that. This is actually heightened energy for like psychic kids, like crystal children, star being children, new earth babies, all of that. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like opening a doorway to all. Um, yeah, it's just strong energy. But yes, we're putting that out. How many do you want? Put it out there. Your kids will come in the right time with the right person for the right life lessons. Like, I mean, I remember a medium saying that to me many, many, many years ago. Doesn't matter what kind of, doesn't matter what kind of, 99.9% effective contraception you're using or whatever, all that kind of jazz. When a child wants to come in this world, they will make their way. Like, and there's so many stories of that, isn't there? And definitely when it comes to twin flames, like, they'll make their way pretty quickly, is what I've seen with people. Um, right. I mean, it's not the right time, same thing. At least one. Yeah, I feel that is. I think though it makes sense. When you're worried about stuff like that, you would just be really grateful for just one. Do you know what I mean? But well, call it in. Don't ever. See. I think this is going to be our relationship a lot of the time on here. Like, don't say things like so. Don't say that again. Don't put what. Oh, there's a car. I think one of the messages for tomorrow, the next year, is don't put worry into that. You know what I mean? Because the other day, I know that you said something like, you're feeling like you're gonna have a family that someone, with someone that isn't your twin flame, and I get it. You're only 30, you want to be a mum. I totally get it. You know what I mean? Um, but just you never know. You're so young. I mean, look how late people are having kids now. You know what I mean? Um, I mean, I don't know how, man. You get fucking exhausted. Like, I'm exhausted. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, probably the amount of things I've got to fucking cope with myself. But it's like it is weird that it's like you know. It's strange. There's different groups of people, isn't there? Because like when I was younger, I had quite a few friends around me that were both around the same age and a lot younger that had kids. So their kids are now like teenagers and that. Um, yeah, I know. But Beck, that's another reason why you need to work with me one to one. Because it's not me doing it. I'm the vessel holding space for it, and I can handle that amount of transmuting such again, because it's not just things to do with the womb space. Like I've cleared cancer in people before. Like again, that's not the first time I've said that. Like, like stage 3 and 4 cancers and stuff like that. I can't claim that I could do that in everyone, but I have done it in several different people before. You know what I mean? Common knowledge that shamans can do that. The hospitals just aren't going to broadcast that, so it's only the people that happens with that can. Remember I said before. Now I don't know. I do know that she watches quietly because she sent me a beautiful email that long ago. Just basically, yeah, she's just passing on her gratitude for what I do. So she might watch this, but there was somebody's face changed when I was on a Zoom with them, and they wanted it because it was something. Again, that girl's beautiful, but it was something. You're beautiful if you're out there, you know you are. But it was like some kind of something that she didn't like about her face, and she says that her face, like it was something to do with her teeth or something, something aligned. And then her flatmate was there, and she called on him, and he was like, "Oh my god!" I see. Like before she even said, she was like, "What's different about my face?" And he was like, "Oh, it looks like it's straighter," because they're like unusually so honest with each other. Like, and yeah, that wasn't me. That was a miracle being worked through, but it was kind of nuts. And there was a very goddess Isis energy in the air. Very, very Mary Magdalene experience, actually, because that lovely soul really connects to Mary Magdalene too. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know why I'm telling people that, but it's loads of nuts things happen. Like, so you know, I've tried with my ex. I never got pregnant, thank God. Yeah. See, it wasn't meant to happen there. Right. Okay. So it was sad. I saw again. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I do know it's because it's going to have happened to somebody recently. Again, it is. I think it's because of the energy of this, but it was like I saw. So some of you, I mean, these ones I commit, but some of you might know. You know these like TikTok couples that have got shorts and that on here too, and it was really sad. There was like a couple. Oh my god, I didn't watch the video because I think I would have been howling. Basically, do you know what I mean? You know the couple that's like the Italian guy with the American girl. I love them. I think they might be called. I know he's Carlo, but I think she might be called Sarah. I don't know if that's her name. But anyway, I just think they're the most loveliest couple, and I'm sure it was them. And the video was just titled "I was pregnant." And I just, oh my god, I can't watch that. It was just, and that's kind of like the downside of like when you're so out there on YouTube like that. You know, I'm speaking about their love the way I am, and I mean it. Like I love seeing it. Like actually, I follow loads of. Actually, there's that other couple. Oh my god, I hope they're all right. I've not seen any of their shorts for ages. See, they're pulling me a card on the ground that says love. You know that couple where they're both really good looking and they just had a baby not long ago, and I've not seen. Any, I don't know if any of you follow these people, but I'm talking about them. But basically, there's quite a few of them, right? There's these sort of couples that they're doing all their. I think they've originated on TikTok and then they put stuff on shorts and that. And I follow quite a few of them, and there's ones that like but that happened to another couple I can think of, except the woman's literally about to give birth any day now. So that's a bit of a so this might that actually the way they show me things, that might be a success story. What I'm saying is so the most recent couple I saw there, I felt she was pregnant and she wasn't saying it and she was, and then obviously something's went wrong. So it's such a shame when you're out there like that. So you shouldn't tell people really. I think the whole fucking time. But because jealousy, that's basically what I'm getting at. A lot of people will be jealous of their love. Now, I'm not saying any of these people are twin flames. Who knows? They might be. I doubt it, but they're very in love. They're definitely with their soulmate. A lot of these people, and there's a lot of jealousy that will be projected, and that is witchcraft. So if people are saying, how are they in love, or how are they getting all that money, or how are they getting that attention, all that energy going at people, a lot of some of those people, not all, I don't know who they are. Some of them might be quite ignorant of the fact you're putting yourself out for energy is real. So and anyway, so that was a sad one. So again, I really do hope that she heals from that, and then because they're such a lovely couple. I'm not even kidding. I really do love watching. He is just, it's like he's the feminine. They're not twin flames, but he's just so fucking gentle and soft, and oh, he's lovely. Um, and actually, I tell you how I found them was their videos got like fucking 5 point. I don't know. It's not that many, but it's millions of views. And it was she was doing the thing where it's like the kissing challenge, and she was like, "Oh, put your hand over the doorway and kiss me like a movie or something." And that's how I found them. But that was a couple of years ago. But yeah, this other couple I'm thinking of, an English couple, she lost her baby, and they're very out there. Like I'm gathering it's TikTok in here, and that was the first thought I had. Was, oh my god, because they've already got a wee boy in them. But anyway, that's the one that is, it's lovely. She must have got pregnant really pretty quickly after that happening, but it was sad. And actually, the same with Georgia and Tommy that I was talking about the other day that I love watching. She had lost a baby, and then so again, prayers for anyone where there's things like that. Again, this is obviously if you don't know this about me, my mediumships. I was saying this to a family member recently, like that was visiting. That's something that's quite unique about my mediumship. I pick up on children in spirit, and I pick up on children that are yet to come in, and I pick up on people that choose to leave. I'm just not saying the words that we're not meant to say. I can't even remember the thing that we are. I was trying to when I was talking to my auntie, I was like, "What is it that you're meant to say that's politically correct?" And I couldn't fucking remember what you call it. But so I don't know. I just feel with this energy, it's like we're healing things where things like this have happened to people, and I'm telling you some sad thing, I'm telling you some happy stories because it's like again, same with that. She's already got another wee young baby, so it's you can you'll always carry a bit of grief and pain from that, but you can heal and you can go on to have another child. So don't think that like that was your one and only chance and you're never going to get again. Don't put it out there. Again, find somebody that's able to heal stuff like this. You know what I mean? Because miracles are possible. That's what I know is working that closely with Goddess Isis and Osiris, Mary Magdalene, Jesus, all these energies that help me. God, like miracles are possible. So, oh, it's really beautiful. Right, okay, so but also karmic trappings are possible, and yeah, so be be very vigilant of all of it. So, um, what have we got for the divine feminines and the masculine feminine side? That is the only card in this deck that's about love, because this is a money deck, partnership. This is what I mean about, right? I don't know if I said that on the last live that I've just done, right? Because I honestly can't remember. Or if it was in the membership or the ones that I filmed for public for the next couple of days. But I think it was maybe in the public video or somewhere. It doesn't matter if I try to do something that is not solely focused on twin flames or love. They always, and I mean always, bring it back to love. No matter what. Even I'm using fucking money decks and they pull the one that's about love. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, Yeah, exactly what Renee's saying. You weren't meant to have one with him, so you didn't become pregnant then. Yes, exactly what I said too. It's true. Do you know what I mean? Because you were meant to be with him to, well, like I said the other night, he's lucky that you spent that. It sounds like he was a difficult character, but you understood him. And I'm sure whatever time you were with him, well, hopefully he's grateful for it. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know. Wasn't meant to be because you could have been having a difficult situation there with an ex, which loads of people are in. Sometimes it's not just one kid, it's a few kids, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad it didn't happen for you then. But it will happen with you with the right person. And who knows, it might even be with your twin flame. Aim high, you know what I'm saying? But if it's not with a twin flame, it'll all come about because you are very young, you know what I mean? Um allow help okay, because there's loads of stories about like I'm just trying to think well, even actually, that's even like in the episode of just like whatever, what the fuck whatever, the continuation of Sex in the City. I remember channeling that at the time when it first came out, right? So if you never watched that, just a quick lowdown, I won't do the whole thing. She is now back with her old boyfriend who wait a minute, this is they're using the TV in the films like they do, right? It's quite hard to explain this, but I got it when I was watching it, right? It's like they use the analogy of because the whole way through Sex in the City, they may be like, oh, Carrie, Mr. Big, Mr. Big. See, when you actually fucking open your eyes, Mr. Big was a fucking narcissist. Like, it was a complete and utter fucking narcissist. And actually, so was Carrie. Like, if you watch it, because even when I watch the old versions or when I watch the old episodes of Carrie, I'm like, she's so fucking rude. She's actually really horrible to her friends. And it's like, she wants to be like, the number one, and it's like doing because it's like yeah, it's just all you really see it right when you open your eyes, and then you know what all these people are involved in too. You really get it. And again, sorry to say, I was the first one watching that when I was two. Like, I was watching that when I was like 15. I was telling other people it's amazing because it didn't take Sex in the City didn't take off. It really took off with the box sets, if I'm not wrong. Like the first series didn't do too well, and then it was people like me that were watching it late at night. They were like, "Oh, this is really good," and then it really took off. But but yeah, the point is, she eventually does at the end of whatever series it ended on. She got with Mr. Big, and then at the start of that, just like that or whatever the fuck it's called, it's a shit name. He dies in the first episode, right? And then further, into whatever the end of the first series, she meets Aiden again. And Aiden is the one that was her boyfriend. It was actually, he was really good to her, right? So it's kind of like they were trying to get across it. It's like she was always who he was meant to be with. So if they're none of these is fictional, so none of these are fucking twin flames or anything, but it's like, it was like we could see it as Mr. Big was actually the karmic partner, that she was caught up in a, he was a narcissist, he was breadcrumbing her, he was feeling like crap. Let's face it. He only got his shit together right at the end, and then he hung about for a bit and he fucking popped his clogs. You know what I mean? But especially, it's horrible in that bit. Like, oh, that scene's horrible when like they'd actually cheat each other. He's actually married someone else and they're cheating. And then remember, she tries to run out of the house and the wife catches her and she fucking her teeth get it. It's anyway. It's but what they were showing me that because in this, because they're meant to be a lot older. I think they're meant to be. I mean, they're trying to make out they're meant to be. I think they're actually in truth in their 60s now, and they're trying to make out like they're fucking late 40s, 50s. It's like, oh, aye, yeah, you've got blonde hair, hen. Aye, no, whatever, whatever, Oh, I no, I didn't. Your face is like fucking that. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, they're all like that. And that. If you watch it, you know what I'm saying. That's why I know to play about with that shit. Anyway, they're all adverts for that. But yeah, he's got like loads of older kids, you know what I mean? And it's like the kid's got a problem. And these are the things that happen, the complications of life. The kid's got a problem with her because you're not my mum. And actually, in the episode I've just watched as well, like he's just slept with the ex wife. So God knows what this is going to mean to people, but it probably will mean something fucking hell. But, and it's weird. She was like, oh, it's fine. I understand. I get it. And I'm like, honestly, that program, don't get me, that program's fucked. It really is. There's so much woke stuff in that. I mean, in what, right? I'll tell you what, in one of the episodes, right? And it's like, this is what I mean about, look, I'm all for fairness and honouring all the genders and all that, but that goes too far because it was like, they're at the table and she's like, oh, this is my boyfriend, such and such. And he's like, oh, most people that work at the ballet, they've got a boyfriend, not a girlfriend. He's like, oh, yeah, I've got a boyfriend too. And I was like, oh, do you know what I mean? It's like they force it down your throat, Oh, sorry, that's not the best word. You know what I mean? It's like, it's totally fucking. Anyway, there's nothing else on. So, divine timing, exactly. If I had a kid with my twin, that would be one very brainy kid. Yes, and maybe they'll come up with a solution to change the world. And I'm not even kidding. That is the kind of kids that will, like. That's why I've said this before, but it's the go. If you've ever seen The Golden Child, the film's a bit. It is good, but it's not really what I want to watch again. But that there's a child that's very gifted, and and they're trying to kill him. I think it's a wee boy, and like, but that's like the children that come the children that come through purely through twin flames are, yeah, the protection that is needed around them and that is around them from before they even come in is crazy. If the conditions aren't right, they won't be allowed to come in. They might, yeah, but it's like, again, divine timing. But like the children that come through twin flames as well, like twin flames and a karmic partner, are very, you know, gifted themselves too. They'll be something, you know what I mean? Because they've got it's so anyway. And I've been honoured to work with a lot of these children, because there'll be a lot of your children. So not for a while actually. I'd love to be doing more of that. But I meant to do more. I've got a kids channel. I just don't mention it on here, but like a lot of people, my clients know and stuff, but I haven't posted on it for ages. But I meant to do it in Leo season because it's about children. I still could do it actually. We've got 10 days left. Allow helpful, supportive partnerships in your life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. This is the Divine Feminine's card. So, Divine Feminine, your divine partner, your twin flame, not everyone, I must stress, but some of you, they're coming. Because I was asking on the strongest collective, right? And it's because this is the last day of calling in the sacred unions. So that means I've called in the energy for all the unions, and whoever it was divinely timed for, a lot of this could start happening from right about now. You're receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So wherever there's an imbalance in your life, so maybe you give, you give a lot, someone's coming in to give to you, so be open to receive. So there it's love, support, and whatever you're at, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. But also masculines, male and female, you are going to be met with a partner that gives back to you. So if you've had karmic partners that are selfish, that, are controlling, that, whatever, similar to some things you're saying in the chat. It felt more like you're there to help them rather than them help you, all that kind of stuff. You're going to be met with somebody that's equal and balanced. You know what I mean? So love it. Right. So what have we got for the masculine strongest collective? If I had to with an abuser, and I'm sure there was a karmic lesson there for me and them as well. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I've discovered my lesson in it, and it was a generational lesson. Yeah, and it's a difficult lesson to learn as well, Renee. But um, they're all meant to be. You know what I mean? Potentially musical too. Yes, especially if they were conceived on a day like this with the love and music Hathor energy. I wonder how many magical babies will be created tonight. Many. The next musicians of our time. Let's hope they write decent music. Right, so masculine and divine feminine, yeah, divine feminine's masculine side. They're pulling me that card that says love you. Clearing debts, could be literal, right? It will be literal for some. And remember, Venus is also money. Venus conjunct Jupiter. Jupiter expanding finances. It would make sense if people are clearing literal debts or money is picking up. But this, I feel, is karmic debt too, with the strong Saint Germain energy around. So your self care involving removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. Again, that's what I'm going to be focused on helping people with, really, for the next 6 weeks. For the next 10 days, I'm doing it for everyone in here. And then for the remainder of Virgo season, it'll mainly be in the membership. I'll be doing stuff here too. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. And I'll no doubt on the last week of the physical, I will do something about clearing. I don't know what, because it'll inspire me to, but I'll do something to help people. I can do that in personal sessions basically. If you get very overwhelmed with finances and money and that, because sometimes it's that you just need somebody to sit down with you and work it all out. I'm good at doing that with people. So good at doing it for myself. But then I've got people that can help me with that. So yes, I'm learning that it's one that goes back many generations since before we left the motherland. Yes, exactly. You signed up for it. I truly do believe that. Like I said, it's like um no child comes into this world that wasn't meant to come in. They can come in very challenging circumstances with very challenging people, but they were always meant to be here. And the same with sadly, like, children that actually it's really interesting. It was Doreen, I've said this before, but it was Doreen Virtue. I don't know, by the way, put the caps on. If that's interesting because I couldn't find my words and I'm pointing the microphone. Somebody might be really struggling to find the words to speak to you because I think the card for tomorrow, the next day was, I think it was Thursday, was throat chakra. And then I pulled, I need to tell you the truth. So, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, put in the caps if this dies because I filmed loads of videos before this. I don't know how that's still going. I don't know. Actually, how am I still going when I didn't? Oh no, I did stop to drink that water. Um, can't remember exactly what it was, right? But it was something along the lines of, and I know this because of mediumship sessions I've done with people, like the way that she described things like abortions in particular or like miscarriages and stuff. It was like it was Doreen Virtue, which basically I'm saying that's kind of weird because she's like doesn't even. I mean, actually, that's whose cards these are, and I love these cards. Um, she doesn't. She's turned her back on all of this, and she's turned to God. Who you'll notice I say God more than I say Spirit and Great Spirit, right? But it's like I still use her because she channeled that in good faith, and I do feel it's because she's a bit older and it was something to do with her astrology, and she could still have a turnaround and believe in it again. But I doubt it now. But I'd love it if she did. But she was real. All I know is she was real when she channeled this stuff because I've said this before, but those of you that have actually followed me from Facebook from like 10 years ago might remember this. But quite a lot, she would do a card of the day with her own cards. And my card of the day would be the same card that she pulled, but I posted it before her. And a lot of people would notice and they'd be like, holy fuck. And also, this is what I mean about this is a downside of being in public for the past decade. I used to post in the Hay House groups a lot, and I went live a few times, and nobody ever went live in there. Like seriously, hardly anyone ever. And there was hundreds of, well, there probably is hundreds of thousands of people now, but back then there was tens of thousands, I don't know what I left it at. Probably was over 100,000. So you just don't know who. I know a few people that followed me from there that still follow me, and they're not the people that talk; they're the people that lurk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that there's something in that about how does, you don't know how long that person's had their eye on you, and not a good way, like in a jealous way or stuff like that. It's not always that way, but I can't think of that either. But what I'm saying is, it's like for me, that was me knowing that she was real. She wasn't like a plant or anything. But she definitely did get taken over by the dark energies. Because yeah. But anyway, so you might need to look out for false gurus or something like that. You need to look out for all of that in this day and age. Um, but yes, anyway, what she said, it won't be on YouTube now because she doesn't believe in any of this now. But it was something that she'd said about, because she was a medium too. You know what I mean? Like, not all people that are psychic and channelers are working with the spirit world mediumship too, but she was that too, and she was a brilliant one. And that's why I said it's like, you know, I'm not going to be dramatic as a lot of other people. Oh, I'm going to burn all the books and blah. I'm going to burn her cards at like whatever. And people went into chaos. Like, if you go into chaos because somebody you looked up to or a mentor, a teacher changes their mind, you really need to fucking sort your life out. Follow your own fucking journey. But it was something along the lines of, when there's an abortion, which again, this is controversial, it's like that child chose to, well, for whatever reason, it wanted to come in for some kind of lesson. It was something like that. So, like I said, it's controversial, but see, I can't even repeat it because I can't. It was something like that. Whatever she said about it, and then she also touched on when miscarriages happen too. It was basically something along the lines of, there's a lesson in all of it. Granted, a very tough, painful lesson, but I don't know who might, you just never know who might be watching that might need to hear that. That it's like, it wasn't the right timing. I don't know. There's something, again, this is definitely the goddess Isis+Hathor energy coming in. Right, so what have we got for the masculine? Savings. Oh my god, I forgot, I just pulled the masculine, the debts card, and I've got, so again, you're getting two cards. Savings. As you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a bit. Oh, that's quite funny for divine masculine energy, because again, it's like a lot of the things that the masculine males and females do, some of them, they do know what they're doing for the future, and some of you do things and you don't know, and then you realize later. It's with conversations I've had. You do your future self a big favour as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self care and the path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. So that's interesting. You got clearing debts and savings, and then let go of guilt. When you allow your light to shine brightly, which I've already spoke about in this one and the one before, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Oh my God. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. So notice all the things that I'm talking about here. That feels like that's going to speak to so many different men and women on different things. So think about when it was coming through about, yeah, great, all the fucking god, man, the full moon is weird. There's a building in the way, but I can see a big yellow moon. It's rising. Whoa, that's powerful. Yeah, that's powerful. So again, something's been fully illuminated. So I feel wherever there is guilt, we're releasing that guilt. And I still haven't buried that little crystal because I didn't end up going to the place I was going to bury it yesterday, but I am going to release it somewhere that I feel guided to. You'll get that if you watch the I don't know if it was the God. I think it was the 88 portal live stream. Right, and then let's pull some of these cards. Um, Yes, I'm learning that it's one. Oh no, I read that bit. I believe that as well. We choose our path. Yeah. Right. So, what have we got? But it's interesting because with what I've just said there too, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to spend too long on this topic, but I've heard, like, yeah, I'm keeping this very anonymous. I've said this before, but there was once a magical occurrence I had because again, I have supported so many people with things like this in all walks of life, like, you know, professionally and, you know, just it's, but like, I would say more so in the years that, you know, I'm more, you know, say God all the time and that, and just more connected to God. It's like if somebody was coming to me wanting to not go ahead with something, you know, I would just really, really make sure that people knew that that was that they were comfortable with the decision, because especially because that card's talking about the guilt, because of the guilt that you can carry if it's not, you know, if there's any kind of manipulation involved, you know, you need to make sure it's your decision. I'm really being pulled in at the film, so again, I can feel that's a difficult one, but that could be coming through for some people. Um, and to forgive yourself if that is resonating. So again, I'd be more if, you know, book a personal session if there's something like that coming up. But also equally, what I was thinking of there was, um, I once had a session with someone where, you know, they were thinking about that, and this was so many years ago now that it was actually before I was like more fully into, you know, I don't know, talking the way that I talk and everything like that. But it's just, you know, it's so part of my purpose. And, you know, basically the long and short of it was, um, by the end of the session, the person's mindset had shifted so drastically. You know, that's fucking weird. I'm actually starting to think it might have actually been this time of year many years ago. That would make sense actually if it was around this time of me working with the goddess Isis and sort of Hathor energy and that, and it was because basically what I'm trying to say, it was like something could have went one way and it ended up going the other, and you know, a beautiful child being born and a happy family and stuff. But it was like that person needed to come into contact with me that day, not knowing why she didn't, she thought she was booking it for something completely different, by the way, and ended up talking about stuff. And yeah, and yeah. So again, that because I'm just trying to, you know, I've told this story before, and it was so many years ago now. There's no way, you know, nobody, unless the person still lurks. I don't think they do, but if they do, you know, they would. Nobody else would know. Um, like yeah, that's somebody that's in a beautiful twin flame union and a beautiful twin flame family, but the devil was trying to interfere with that. What I'm basically trying to say is that person was being pulled back to a karmic partner, and actually, because she'd saw me talking about twin flames, and this is the thing, it wasn't. I wasn't. This is it because it was over 5 years ago. Because I wasn't. I hadn't said. I don't. I've only been out and proud about being a twin flame healer in public for 4 years this year. So it was before that. But I'd happened to pull that twin flame card from that deck that I pulled yesterday or the other day, and because this person was on my radar, and again, she thought she was coming right something out, and you know, and it was in fact, all I can say is that makes me cry when I think about that. That is, and again, this is, can I just stress, it's not about the money, but like that was something that was like, it was, yeah, it was next to no money, because I've done sessions like that where it's free, but it was like, you know, it was next to no money, so it was nothing to do with money, but it was a long, long, it was a whole day. I missed the sun, put it that way. It was, I kept being like, oh, I was sitting in my jammies all day and I didn't get out, but it was like, I'm like, God, if I never do anything else in my life, and I didn't, again, there was no coercion or anything. It was like, I was just like, I'll support whatever you want to do. And it was like, totally like, that was like, you know, fucking definitely Mother Mary sort of stuff that was coming in. But it was just really beautiful. And again, I'm always just like, you know, but that's how, you know, it was basically trauma can pull you back to the past and make you think, oh, you know, it's my soulmate. No, it's a trauma bond. You know what I mean? And then even more confusingly, you can have a trauma bond with your twin flame until you heal the trauma, and then you can come back in an even better, stronger way, and it's not. And that's what I mean. The twin flame will make you. It's like that thing out the end of the Notebook. You know, a love that makes you reach for more and blah. I can't remember what it is. It's something like that. But like the karmic partner will drag you down and down and down, where the twin flame will be able to drag you out of the darkness into the light. The karmic partners don't do that. You might have a lot of fun and party and drink and whatever, even do things that are not partying involved and have fun and just be playful with them. But you'll stay the same and you'll stay in a comfort zone. And that's why a lot of people stay with the karmic partner for ages until you know, something activates some of the divine, or serendipitous bumping with twin flame. You know what I mean? Anything can make it happen. Be humble, kind of thing. But the karmic partners don't help. You know, they hinder. Um, teach you lessons, karmic lessons, but they, yeah. And then that's why they can be so jealous of the real twin flames, because the person changes. They're not changing for the. It might look like they're changing for the twin flame, but the twin flame's triggering it, being a muse, and then they heal for themselves, and it's, you know, man, this is deep stuff. It was this time about 2 years ago that things started shifting with me. Yes, interesting. It's common for twin flames to actually, is it common for twin flames to actually come together and have families? That's a hard one to answer, because I would say it's quite rare for twin flames to have children. You know what I mean? I would say that, you know, if you're twin flames and you actually manage to have children that come in this world, it's a bit of a miracle with the amount of spiritual warfare that goes on. But yeah, I don't know about if I would say it was common. But who knows? Because again, there's lots of twin flames I've met that are really private. They don't want to be on YouTube. They don't want to be like on Facebook. They don't want to be in the public helping people. You know, they just want to keep it quiet, because they've recognised the jealousy that comes at them. And look, I think that's why I mentioned about those although they're not twin flames, what I recognise is true love, absolutely true love. Because a lot of those ones that are on YouTube and whatever these other platforms, it's like long distance. Oh, because now I'm thinking of another one. Oh no, don't tell me it was, no, it wasn't them. Oh God, I hope they're going to be all right, because I have actually thought that about them. But it's like, yeah, there's another couple I'm thinking of too. And anyway, but you know what I mean? Like that, I would say that. Like, I'm being deadly serious. There's a lot of witchcraft that'll get, you know, because there's all these couples that I'm thinking about. They're cheesy, but they're really lovely to watch because they're so in love. But not everybody thinks that. Some people see people in love and they get really jealous and they'll send that negative energy. It's like how some people see people being really confident and following their calling. They're like, hey, man, I'm doing that. You know what I mean? And, you know, you've got to move through that gremlin phase and evolve on the other side. And what I've said is, if people evoke that in you, whether it's love or money or business, stop fucking watching them. Stop fucking watching them. Go and watch a film or watch a program. Move through it, you know. Don't waste your time doing that to anyone, me or anyone else. It's a waste of your energy. You know what I mean? You'll be able to get through the other side of it though. So, again, this is in the air because I did pull the shadow card today. Um, what I would say is, if the twin flames do, if a child does manage to come through a pair of true twin flames, protect that fucking child. Protect all children, but definitely protect it, or protect however many. Because it will be like the golden child. It will have magical abilities. Um, I'm guessing it's not common, but rare. Yeah, exactly what I've just said. It would be really hard to find someone in the same place at the same time as you, I'm guessing. What do you mean? Like, do you mean like consciousness wise? With twin flames, any that full moon looks amazing. With twin flames, anything is possible. Twin flames can be on the other side of the world and things will shift. You know what it's like? It's like that film. That's not the other side of the world. They're in different parts of America. It's serendipity. You know, that is so twin flames. You know what I mean? Like, so this could be someone's situation. Like, he's literally about to marry someone else, and then her, oh, that's actually the same actor as in that program last night. But her boyfriend proposes, and it's the day before he gets married. And you know, it's that what's a shame in that is, like, she's actually a nice woman, but he's not as in love with her as he's in love with the one from the past, because he never fell out in love with the one from the past. And the thing is, in that, he doesn't even know her very well. He only knows her first name. Oh, her name's Sarah too. The name Sarah's significant here, because I mentioned Sarah with that couple I watch as well. But um, yeah, it's kind of sad when you watch that. Really, do you know what I mean? Because the women, oh, that's what's, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. But I've channeled about that loads, and loads of you will have seen it. It's a very twin flame. That's exactly like twin flames, because they see, you know, think about how old that film is. You know, they see all the synchronicities. You know, he's forever been looking for this book with her phone number in it, or whatever it is. Whatever, I can't remember what. It wasn't the phone number, was it? It was whatever. She was saying she wanted this book. I don't know. Because now I'm getting mixed up with that other one. Definitely, maybe. But you see that. they're making me mention definitely maybe because in definitely maybe he's telling the story to his wee daughter about how he met the mum, and then you're like, who is the mum? Which one is it? And then you find out at the end, but it's like the same thing. Like he's found a book that he's held on to for years, and he never gave her it, and he never said that he loved her because there was the last thing that he had left of her. It's a little bit like that's like the analogy of me saying like I've not got rid of that crystal yet because it's like it's I feel that's like something to do with because I do remember I did plant something on that when I was channeling that for everyone else, and it's like letting go. It can be hard to let it go, but you're letting go of how things were to welcome in how they are now and in the future. Um, and we all do that with stuff all the time. Because again, trust me, one of my books will be about clutter and the spiritual consciousness and emotions. And basically, kind of like what I'm going to be doing with what I've done with the every Virgo season. Um, Spiritually and consciously, yes, twin flames could have a family, definitely, maybe. Yes, there you go. There's maybe a message. Yeah, miracles are possible. I've just seen a whole load of miracles in every area of life. People doctors tell people all the time they're infertile, and before you know it, it'll be like I remember again. This was so long ago now because that person's kid is like a teenager. But I remember a family friend was. It was like drunk on a night out, and I remember someone saying like, am I ever going to have children? And I was like, yeah, you're going to have two, and the person has got two children now. But she'd been told she was infertile. You know what I mean? Like I've had that happen loads of it, and that was in a personal, that wasn't my professional life. I actually wasn't somebody who even believes in that stuff, but that between me and her, she's going to remember I said that. I've never spoke about her again, but it was actually very specific. With what I actually homed in on what they would be as well. Savings. So you always need to put something off for a bad day. Create savings for the future. So there's that one coming up again, but that's on the feminine side now. Masculine. Wisdom. Look, that I will be discerning. Oh my god. There's strong warnings coming through for the masculines here. They always do. It's either, you know, if it's past, sorry guys, I can't help you if you've had these toxic things happen to you. I can help you the trauma of it and learning to accept the spiritual lesson and all that. But present, well, we can help you depending on the timing of it. Future, we can definitely help you with those omens. But yeah, I'd definitely say with what's come through be careful. Insight into the nature of physical objects gives you foresight. Use your best judgment. Yeah, use your best judgment with who you're doing the horizontal dance with. That wouldn't have been as funny if I'd said vertical and got it wrong, eh? But it just it just flowed. You can tell I'm being like horizontal is when you're lying down. Eh? I sometimes have to do that. I do. I have to be like, you never know. Some people maybe do it vertical out there. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe a bit of both, mixing it up. Investments. Yes, be careful what you invest. Invest wisely. Investments made will have positive results that will bring prosperity. Invest wisely. But you see how beautiful that is? Because what we're talking about, every child is a good investment because you learn from every child and they add beautiful energy to your life. Well, I'm sure they can add difficulty to it, times tantrums and the rest of it when they get older. Vacation, start a perfect vacation, enjoy the freedom, take time to recharge. So again, you might be going on a vacation or a holiday, as we call it here, vacation. If we took a holiday, took some time to celebrate, it would be so nice. That always makes you think of the wedding singer. Alcohol, I don't like that. Oh shit, yeah. Fucking hell. I don't like this card because it speaks about witchcraft, right? But I like it because it says alchemy, that is one of my signs for the way the witchcraft. What have I fucking said in all of this? Holy shit. I'll read what it says, but look, using witchcraft, occult, and learning God's secrets. But I actually really can't stand that because to me, witchcraft is not the same as, but I know what they're saying, but like I said, so I take that to mean everything that I've said here about that's witchcraft. If people watch other people online, especially, and they're jealous of their true love or their money or their business or their family, whatever it is, that is witchcraft. If you're sending that negative energy to people, and again, that's what I just cleared specifically about money in the membership, because there's people that do that. Transform the situation. We alchemized it. Mind power. Yeah, be careful what you think about. Don't give too much, again, because I know that there's people that do that to me. I know there's people that do that to people I work with. Don't channel, don't focus, don't give them don't focus your energy on them. But I have to mention it when it comes up to be like, oh yeah, we know what you're doing. But the more you do that to others, the karma that's going to come back at you, it's not fucking worth it. You know what I mean? And it's not from anything that's certainly not, actually, I said that in that activation. We're praying for whoever has sent negative energy to us or, anyone, praying that they get the healing that they need because it's trauma. But I can't speak for what God's secrets are going to do. Do you know what I mean? God is always watching. Mind power. Use your intelligence, analyze data, logic, and think rationally. Lead with your mind. Vacation, yeah. Come up whenever the same card comes up, it means the message fits. So yeah, somebody needs a holiday. Power, you have the power to take control of your life, career, and finances. Focus on your needs. She looks like a bath bitch, or you might be a bath daddy. I'm not using that deck tonight though. Right. Let's pull one of these cards each. Yeah, so we have not reached the goal, but we had a bloody good go at it. Thank you, people that done that. And I will pull you a couple of cards before I get off. But I'm not finished yet. I'm going to do the collective stuff. Now, where's the battery? It's been on that long. I always get horizontal and vertical wrong. Another link between us. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people do. I just always I've associated that. I'm like horizontal, head lying down. That's how I've got it in my head. So hopefully that's right. I know it's right, but I still feel it's thinking when I say it. I'm like, it was like on that shorts when I've said I spoke about this in one of the videos that's coming. I said on the light code activation that I filmed. So let's not oversimplify this, but I meant let's not overcomplicate this. You know what I mean? That's when sometimes you don't need to be nitpicky. Just fucking leave it. But there's some people that can't leave it, and they'd have to be like, "You do mean, you know what I mean?" And don't judge yourself if you are one of those people too. My dad's like that. If he notices you made a mistake, he needs to correct it. And I've tried to say to him, like, don't be that person. It's just fucking annoying. Do you know what I mean? Because I notice things like that too. I notice spelling mistakes and I notice things like that too. And I used to say it and now I don't. I keep it to myself. Unless it was something that somebody, I don't know, there's things that you think about it. Like say, for instance, if you're working with numbers or maths, that skill that I've got would be really helpful for someone. Is that conking out? Looks like it was flashing. Um but most of the time you don't need to point it out, especially if it's like text and that. Like imagine being like, oh, you just spelled that wrong. We'd be like, get to fuck. Do you know what I mean? Who cares? Do you know what I mean? Some people purposely spell things stupid ways because of fucking text language. Right, so what have we got? And I'll read this out of the book for the divine feminine, the masculine's feminine side. So, last call for if anyone wants to help us reach the goal, or you've got 20 minutes apparently going by this, or if you want, like I said, if you want to book one of the paid things to get the Lionsgate portal energy, or other than that, I don't think I will be live again until probably Monday. I'll definitely be live Monday, but I'm not going to be live the rest of the week. But there are videos for you to watch. Um, yeah. So meditate. Return to the tranquil home within yourself. So yes, feminines, male and female. I feel there's something here about you needing to tune in, get still on this day, body, earth contact, physically connect with nature, feel the earth. So maybe you need to get out and enjoy the sun if you haven't already, or whatever the weather is wherever you are. But meditate indicates some kind of slowing down, recognize the triggers. I just opened the book up at. Um, basically being in your feminine energy, and that's also for the masculine's feminine side. Wash away inhibiting identities as who you present to the world aligned with your depths. So ponder that one. Again, I said something like that in one of the, I don't know where I said that. I said it somewhere. I think it was in the video for today or something. But like, yeah, that's one thing I pride myself in. Like what you see on here, if you know me outside, I'm not too much different. The only thing I would, acknowledge and observe about myself is I'm more animated on here. Like I'm more chill. Like it depends on what context it is. But nah, even like I said, even on a night out and that, like I love dancing and that and stuff. But I'm not the one that's like being all rowdy and like being like you know. I'm just not. I'm the person that chews the straw and stares at the floor, unless my favorite song comes on. but um, so do you know what I mean? But it's like, whereas that's not, and it doesn't mean someone's fake. So I always like to point that out. Like, there's people that are more prim and proper, or more conservative, whatever way you want to say it, or that you won't even know bits about a lot of their life, and that's just the way they choose to be. I'm not really like that. You'll hear a lot more in my life, and then again, there's other bits you won't. You know what I mean? It's just you've got to be careful when, particularly when you're on the internet. But don't know why I'm saying that, but someone must need to, you know what I mean? Just be who you are, be real. Um, so because again, that unfortunately, there's a lot of people, that's the positive side. But there's a lot of people that it's like what you see in public is not actually what they are. If you met them in the street, or even if you met them on a Zoom. And again, I'm really proud of the fact that people will back it up in the chat that you know what I mean. Like we talk for it's not a fucking hour. We talk for people for fucking hours. Like I give a lot of my time and my energy, and it's why when it comes the weekend, Friday, Tuesday, you're not getting to hear. Oh wait a minute, shit! I know why I'm saying that. I've just remembered I didn't reply to one of you. Sorry, I've just remembered now. I'm just I'm saying that for a reason. But yeah, but that you see, that's why they've made me say that. Anything that I've got on a weekend, which I've just remembered, I think a couple of those were on the, and that's why I've put in the draft. I don't reply. Typically, I don't reply on the weekends because it's my weekend and I just want to shut off from all this, especially if I'm getting sick of hearing the same shit about the Twinflame journey. But and she's the same as she is here. Thank you. Hours and hours. Yes, definitely. If it's your first session, it'll be hours and hours. But usually, again, if you're returning, it'll be a couple hours too because it just will be. But sometimes it might not be as long as if I've got somebody else. But I don't tend to jam pack my sessions anyway. But so thank you for backing me up there, Renee. But yeah, I'm just at a point now because I have to say that every now and again. Not everybody works like that. We all work differently, and I respect just as like some people that you know read cards and stuff and do healing on here. Like, some people just do unlisted exclusively and they don't do live stuff. And I've heard some things where they don't even reply to you. Like, which actually, to be honest, I find that quite rude. But like I do get it too, sometimes a boundary thing. But I've said that before, like there's some people I've went to for years that I don't know them very personally. Like I know them from watching their public stuff and from getting personal and I know it's worth it, but they don't reply. Like they're that professional in that they're, but like I said, some of it can be a bit rude. But again, it's. Oh no, is my sandal coming up at the side? Or there's something in it? Yeah, I didn't take my sandals off. I hope that's not. They've lasted a couple of summers. The other ones like these, I wore them on the beach and the fucking straps came off. It was quite funny. Remember, I said it was like maybe the other shoe's about to drop or something. That said means something about to happen, eh? And it's just a matter of time. Is that what that means? I'm sure it's something like that. Because the strap came off one sandal and then I risked them. I was too confident. And the next time I went to walk, the fucking other strap came off and I was like, oh my god. It was that bad. I had to walk up the fucking street with bare feet. And I thought it was the same one, but it was a different sandal. So these are like the brown version, but they're going strong because I didn't wear these on the beach. But anyway, so cracking on with this. Return to the tranquil home within yourself. Yeah, because the more at home you are within your own skin as the feminine, the more at home it'll help your masculine feel. Well, that's not a quick fix. It's not an overnight thing. It's not even a couple of years thing. It's years. You know, for most people. And I can confidently say that because my whole life is shadow work and shadow integration, helping people doing it. You know what I'm saying? But again, don't compare your journey to mine or anyone else's spiritual journey, shamanic journey, twin flame journey. Don't compare it to them. You just don't know. I know what my life purpose is, and mine's as a teacher. I have to be. I've had to be on it for a long time to be able to teach people, and that's what I always say. I respect other people that have got a lot of years behind them and doing what they do and going through what they go through in other fields of things. And I respect my fucking self for what I've went through, and I respect the other twin flames for what they've went through, even ones that are not out there. I don't know. I can feel you. You know what I mean? It's a difficult, fucking painful journey. So it doesn't cost any money. It doesn't take any different direct effort. You can do it anywhere at any time, and it's accessible everywhere on this planet. It makes you feel balanced, grounded. We're talking about sex. It's meditation. Clear, energized, and able to listen to your inner wisdom and guidance. You get to go home to your original source essence for a moment. What is it? It's meditation, the key to unlocking your greatest spiritual development. And notice we pulled crown chakra too. Oh my god. Was that? No, that was on the last one, wasn't it? So I'm mixed up everything. Can't even blame Mercury retrograde anymore. But it is the shadow. I could blame the shadow. The theme of this card is home. When you draw this card, it quite simply says, go meditate. This is the most beneficial thing you can do in this moment. It is a call to get off the merry-go-round, even just for a moment, and find stillness in yourself. Here you will effortlessly find the answers you seek. They are not outside of yourself. Everything you need is right here, and it's called presence. Go home, return to the essence of the infinite now, through the portal of going within. If you have your own style of meditation, do that. Or you can follow the guidance below. Oh fuck's sake, that means I need to read it. See, like my preferred meditation is walking by the sea. Like I just zone out walking by the sea. And that's why I've not it's not that's not happened for years, but I've not appreciated it a couple of times, and I've been walking always on an Aquarius moon. Some random man starts chatting me up, and I'm like, I'm in my walking meditation. I'm not interested, get out honestly. And it was fucking weirdos. Was it 2 or 3 times that happened? Fucking weirdos. Wasn't funny. I know it sounds funny when I'm telling it, it wasn't fucking funny. That's another reason why I don't like Aquarius moon time. It wasn't a full moon, but it was Aquarius moons every fucking time. You try tell me there's not something in astrology. That was weird. Because it's unpredictable energy. Fucking one guy tried to follow me home. Crazy. There are many kinds of visualization meditations which can also be lovely. Yes, a lot of which are on my playlist. This is simple silent meditation. You may wish to record yourself reading the meditation aloud so you can listen to it without me having to refer to it. Well, thank you, Miss Lady. I will read it on this, and then when I am watching it back to see what to title it, if I'm going to change it, I will listen to myself. And then it will go even deeper into my subconscious because it is my voice. That's true. You know what I mean? So find a comfortable way to sit. So you can do this right now or you can do it later. I'm just going to read it though. Have the pillar of your body vertical. Oh my god. That is the guides having absolute banter. So hopefully you know what way vertical is. Sitting up, guys, in case anyone gets confused. Aquarius rising over here, very weird. Yeah. Weird and wonderful. You know, I've got lots of Aquarius rising clients, and I've actually got lots of Aquarius moon clients. My wee niece is that, and she is very unpredictable. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's put all the prayers for all the children starting because my wee niece is starting P1 tomorrow. So prayers for all the children to have. Oh my god, now I'm getting anxiety about that. Actually, I don't get anxiety and stuff like that, but it's like my first day of school was a fucking nightmare. I was crying all the way down the. It was like to my school. It was like a path, right? And like I had this wee new friend that came out of nowhere, and she was like, "I'll take her." I was like clinging on to my mum's leg. Now I know why, because I had all these fucking hidden disabilities that nobody fucking knew about. You know what I mean? Forgive my mum and dad for that. They didn't in those times. Nobody knew, but it was like, yeah. She, that was nice. And then I protected that girl had a lot of difficulties herself, like way more than me, and like I protected her throughout primary too, and she could be really fucking difficult. I mean, she's nowhere on the scene now, like, but I hope she's happy whenever she is. But uh, yeah, you know what I mean. I always remembered how it was like I felt a fierce loyalty towards her because she helped me that day. Um, that's a cute story. But yeah, prayers for all the children starting school. So, whatever, whatever school, whatever year, but P1's a biggie. Um, the fuck did I get to? Oh yeah, I was reading the thing. Right, so if you choose to sit on the floor cross-legged, that's how I'm sitting. Prop your sit bones with a small hard cushion or a rolled towel to help you maintain a straight spine. God, that's getting a bit exact. Settle your energy. Start to tune in with where you are, noticing the colours, sounds, and sensations of the present moment. If you're outside or you can see out the window, notice the breeze gently moving the leaves and the birds that may fly by past. Notice where you are in this beautiful, blissful moment. Blissful. Shift the focus to your senses by feeling your body and its connection with the ground under you. Next, bring your focus to your breath. Witness and watch the breath. You may notice that even in the stillness, there's plenty going on that you don't notice when you're busy. It may be nice to take a deep breath or sigh, or even bringing fresh new energy and air to this fresh new moment. Gently closing your eyes, maintain this focus on the present moment of breath. Every time a thought floats by, witness it, float off again without interacting with it. Don't judge it, don't engage with it. See it encapsulated in a bubble and watch it float away. Yes, fuck off, negative thoughts. Thank you for visiting now. Fuck off. That's what we do with the limiting beliefs. Notice your body getting calmer and quieter. Enjoy the experience. Find inner freedom here. Now, just stay in this space of no mind for as long as you can. Well, we ain't got time for that, so Um, when you're ready to come back, bring awareness to your body, to the sounds and sensations around you. So again, this is a quick wee going in and coming out. Then once again, gently open your eyes if you even closed them. Taking another deep breath or sigh, an may be a nice way to signify the end of your meditation. Notice how your mind is calmer, you now have more energy and presence to get on with your day or night, and things you've been uncertain about will become clearer. And also, just for honestly, the people that can go down, like even within a matter of minutes of me, I'm going to count. I always just do that for people. So, if you close your eyes and you're needing me to bring you out that way, we're going to count from 10 to 1. And when we get to 2, you're going to think about opening your eyes. When we get to 1, you're going to open your eyes, wide awake, wide awake. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Think about opening your eyes. 1, opening your eyes, wide awake, wide awake. When you often find yourself stressed, triggered, or out of your centre, overwhelmed, or exhausted, and that's just a Pisces moon for me, or Cancer moon, you may not have the ability to meditate, even though you know that it is what you need and want to do. Shifting straight into a silent meditation is hard because your mind is too noisy, and that is why walking is my go-to. If I'm feeling really sad, or usually, yeah, if I'm feeling really sad, really shit, if I just get out and walk by the sea, that might not fix why I'm feeling shit, but it does make me feel a bit better. Um, in these moments, it's great to have some recorded guided meditations on your phone or chuck on Crystal Clear Visions playlists and some headphones. All you need is to play the meditation and it will kickstart a shift in your energy. And really, my stuff really does shift your energy because I always weave the healing in it. Even if it's just these ones where it seems like I'm just talking, there's always healing. If you need to lie down, that's okay too. Just try not to fall asleep. Mission Impossible with some of you for me. Um, Often the very times you most need to meditate and raise your energy back up are those when it's most difficult. Thus, having an easily accessible tool to call on may be incredibly helpful in maintaining your light, especially in these times. Right, I can't believe the mic is still going. Right, this is for the masculine, but that was also for the masculine's feminine side. I accidentally meditated when I went for the 4 a.m. hike. Yeah, like a mindful walk, watching the sunrise cross-legged. Oh, that's lovely. I used to do what? I actually used to go out every time it was a Pisces moon, which is a once a month. Which remember, I don't even like the Pisces moon, but I love the mystical magicalness of it. But like Yeah, I used to go out and catch the sunrise every Pisces moon, and I stopped it. Some of you might remember when I done that, but it was too much effort. Might get back to it at some point, but I don't know if I'd pick the Pisces moon. Maybe I'm not going to make promises, but the Pisces full moon eclipse is on the 7th of September. I wonder if I might do that then. But if it is it not like 4 in the morning or something, I don't know if I will go out at 4 in the morning. I'm in like a half meditative state when I make herbal tea. What, like the sleepy tea, the um I have them at night. Or nettle tea I've been having, which tastes like shit, but good for you. It's not very it tastes of nothing. Right, what's the masculine card? Make it a goodie. They did. Well, I said make it a goodie. That was what I pulled for somewhere. I don't know if it's maybe it might be tomorrow. Oh no, I think it's Thursday's one. It doesn't matter when it is, but I did pull it somewhere. I am loved, I am love, heart chakra. Yeah, I can feel it. There's a big heart chakra awakening with this Jupiter conjunct Venus, planet of love, Jupiter expansion, Sirius, all that alignment is huge a huge heart awake. Oh, fuck, actually, do you know what that feels like? That's actually not very nice. Wait a minute, for anyone that is actually feeling a bit panic, I feel like a panic attack. I think they're basically trying to tell me that that's what it could feel like for some of you. Because, like I said, the contact of I'll know better. I'm talking to someone tomorrow. The contact I've had with people over email, a few people, is feelings like this. Like heightened, and Lionsgate portal energy is really strong. So if you have been having panic attacks or sending prayers and grounding energy back, and my heart's kind of hard to explain. But I think because I've pulled that card about the heart, it's like I've just to sit. So bear in mind, although I'm holding this in my own heart, this is going to your heart if you're open to it. So you might, not everyone will feel this, but some people feel heat on their heart or their back, and it's healing going where it's needed. Oh, look, expand your bubble, observe others' realities, extend compassion. Right, what number's that? 65. Do you know a funny thing I done today? I was trying to send a picture of me and my mum when we were sitting having a drink outside this nice wee pub in Glasgow, and I sent it to my pal instead. How random's that? I was like, oh, fucking hell. She'll watch this at some point. She'll find it later. And it's actually my friend that is friends with my mum too. So it was kind of, it was nice. It was random, but it was funny. But I was pissing myself. And it's because the first letter of her name, well, the first, yeah, it's like, I was meaning to send it to dad, and he was sitting right next to me. That's really funny. And I was like, and he was sitting there next to me. I was like, I've sent you. It said it's sent. And he was like, well, how come I'm not getting it? I was like, oh, it's maybe because my emails are, because at first I was trying to send an email. And then when I sent in the text, I'm like, what? And it was because of the sun. And I looked, I was like, oh, shit. And then I texted my friend, I was like, sorry, I was meaning to send that to my dad. Mercury retrograde, guys. Although we're out of it now, it was funny. It's like a picture of my mum and then a picture of me. And she was like, you're looking hot. I was like, that isn't today. That was when I was in Glasgow. But thank you. I had the brown top on. Um, funny. I just wanted to share that because it's always mortifying. It could have been a lot worse. You know what I mean? I did accidentally, but no, I didn't butt dial someone. And again, this is really funny because the person might be watching it, so it's kind of like, but um, actually, in case the person is watching it, and what could I say to make them know? I'd realised I don't actually think I hadn't sent the text because I haven't got loads of people saved in my phone, but I just haven't because again I'm a hermit and I don't like I'm like if I've lost touch with most people, I'm like it's for a reason, loads of other reasons. It's more because I'm homing in on this and anyway. But for some reason I had that person's number on my phone, but I hadn't sent them the number. But my earbud started it was like I was listening to a video and it was like calling this person's name and I'm like, oh that's weird advert. And I was like, what? And I came through and it was like calling and I was like, oh fuck. And then I was like, oh they haven't got my number. And I was like, ugh. And then I was like, what I'll do is if they text back and be like, who the fuck's this or whatever, or if they call back, then I would just say it. But I didn't bother because it was just kind of like, you know what I mean? But just, you never know. It'll be funny if someone's like, wait a minute, that's. But I mean, that could be, that happens all the time. Because again, to be honest with you, if I got a number from an uncode, I don't go that. I'm like, if it's that important, they'll find a way. Do you know what I mean? I don't bother. Like, I actually, my phone at one point wasn't accepting numbers it didn't know, but I had to turn it off. So yeah. But, because you just never fucking know who it is in this day and age. You know what I mean? And I think that person's a little bit me like that. But I was like, I didn't even fucking know my earbud does. Is it because it's connected to? I basically didn't know that my earbud's done that. That shit. Oh my god, that stuff is. See, that stuff doesn't happen to me a lot, right? And when it does, it's mortifying, right? So, and like I said, that today was fine. That's more just funny. I'm actually see that it's funny. I'm actually seeing that friend. Aye, not this week. Oh no, I've actually think this. Yeah, wait a minute. I'm seeing her in a few. That's hilarious. I'm seeing her in a few days. I was like, is it this weekend or next? I think it's in a few days. But you know, I think something more. If I think I'm picking up on, so whether this is something present or past, I think I'm picking up on something where someone's been mortified. It's something to do with like a text or a call or communication or embarrassed to see someone again. Something like that. Because remember, I did talk about recently, there was another time, that was last year sometime, where I did butt dial. Like I sat on my phone while I was filming one of these. Like, you know, I was filming one of the hand videos on my other phone. But it was so significant because if I hadn't called that friend I hadn't spoke to in ages, I wouldn't have found out about something that was, well, she was being, she was getting, she was, this is what was, so again, this is anonymous, but if people are lurking on me, then people will know, but like, who gives a fuck, like, you know what I mean? But it's like I said, if people watch this deep into it or from my past, like, I don't really care. But it's, again, some might, I just don't, anyway. But it was, the point was, it was, she hadn't been engaged, she hadn't been proposed to yet, but it was like literally like 2 days after that happened, she got proposed to. And because I had butt dialed her, because she'd actually, this is the thing, she'd actually tried to get in touch with me, but I'm just trying to think, had I changed my number by then? I don't know if I'd changed my number yet. But and I know that she wasn't talking shit because she had sent me an email. You know what I mean? Like she, and that's what I mean about like where there's a will, there a way. When people are, but I don't always. Sometimes I see these memes, right? And sometimes I see these memes where it's like, you know, if someone hasn't spoke to you, like, you know, when they don't care, like, it's not always that straightforward. And I think, you know, coming from somebody with ADHD and, you know, dyslexia and dyspraxia and all this, it's like, and helping other people with things like that and other things that are similar. Fuck's sake, I've just careful you don't fucking burn your finger or cut your finger. Because I've just cut my finger. I've just had a paper cut and they're the worst. Well, I don't think it's actually done the damage, but that makes my skin crawl. But unless it was, I did feel it though. Um, you know, especially people with ADHD and that, it's just so hard to keep up with the everyday things in life that some people take for granted, like the fucking housework and the dishes depress me. When the dishes pile up, that really depresses me. And I've got a fucking dishwasher. That's saying a lot. But I'm actually really proud of myself. I'm not, although I have got dishes to do after this, but I'm going to fucking do them, right? Because I've found a system. I basically opened up to my mum and I was saying, I was like, look, I don't know why this didn't happen before, but it's happening now. I need to, I can't deal with this. And so she, like, said, again, I think I already said this, but I'm saying it again because I'm being serious. Like, I let my mum help me with the dishes. I said this in the membership, actually. I don't mind saying it here. She popped, but she was just popping in something, and she just saw it was, and it was because I was so busy on here. That's what it was. It was with all the Lionsgate stuff. I've been so busy here, and I had no energy, and I just get really overwhelmed. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I know that I'm meant to be telling you this because they guided me to a YouTube channel today, and it was about things like this. And I'll keep that anonymous. But what I was all I'm going to say is, I was kind of like, whoa. I thought my kitchen was bad at times, and this was like, holy shit! Like this was her whole house, and it was brave to do that, to actually be showing the mess and all that. But anyway, to be fair, this woman had kids, right? But I thought, I was like, come on, to fuck, this woman absolutely has to have ADHD at least, if not more things, like, you know. And I was right when I read the comments. And it was like, you know, she was like, oh, I'm glad this is reaching more mums specifically with ADHD. But I'm just sort of, I know when I saw that, I thought, oh, right, it's like, you know, because that's not just, you know, there's reasons why it's like that. And all I know is it's quite, it is. See, I'm even getting a bit upset when I'm saying that. It's upsetting when I used to be like that, like 10 years ago. Fuck, it was really really bad. And then because I was helping loads of other people with stuff like that, I got better for myself. And then, different things and stuff can happen in life that stress you out, and then you can go backwards a bit. And all I'm saying is, it's amazing that, like, for my mum to just get the dishes done, that was like nothing to her. And it seemed to just get me back on track. So, I'm just grateful for my earth angel of a mum. But and I wish I trusted people more and I would get a house cleaner, but I wouldn't trust somebody to come in and fucking put me and my dad were talking about that today, like, you know what I mean? It's like something similar to that. It's like, nah, I'm like, fuck that, man. No. But yeah, it's funny how something just as simple as that is having no dishes in the sink and just, oh, I do feel it's a good feeling, you know what I mean? But not everybody can get to that sometimes, you know what I mean? And I know some people that they wouldn't. You were saying mic drop. That is fucking hilarious. I thought you were saying. Whoa, when did it. What did it cut out at? What did it cut? Guys, thank you. But remember the bit when I said put it in capital letters? I would have been talking for another 10 minutes. I didn't know what the fucking mic was meaning. I didn't know what the mute was meaning. I didn't see the mute actually. That was delayed. It's come up when I turned it on. Can you hear me now? And also, is there interference with this one? Oh, when did it stop? I was basically telling a sad story about the dishes were getting on top of me. My mum done the dishes a couple of nights, and then now I'm on top of it again. Do we know when it cut out? But maybe you weren't meant to hear that. See, because that was my private life. Can you? Oh my god, I don't know. Wait a minute, I have to check. All right, so you can hear me. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's louder. I bet so because I noticed in some of the shorts, it's so annoying with the healing ones that there was this weird noise, and I don't know if it was. I don't know if there's an obstruction in the mic. I don't know. It's really annoying because I filmed a few. Oh, so you heard that bit then? I said something else really deep though, but oh well, whatever. Um, but yeah, I've always noticed that about me. Before I knew why I struggled with certain things, like I used to. This, funnily enough, I used to before I even knew I had ADHD. I used to tell this story on the Facebook lives a lot. But I remember when I was a wee girl, the fucking mess I used to get my bedroom in was insane. It was like a bomb had went off, right? And then, but I'm still like a wee girl. It's like my inner child is so alive and never, with my psychic gifts and everything else, I never forgot it. Like a lot of people go to sleep on that kind of energy. Um, but basically, what I'm trying to say is I was still very private too, so I wouldn't want my mum doing it. But sometimes, and it was this would be when I got a bit older and I was staying at friends' houses and that. Sometimes I'd come back and she'd tidy my room, and at first I'd be like, no, I think at first I was really be a bit like, oh, he's been in my room, and then but then as I got older, I'd actually start crying with relief And I mean, like, properly, I can still remember some of those feelings, like, and that's how real it is, you know what I mean? Some people really don't know where to fucking start and they freeze and they don't do any of it. And that's why a lot of people like that, you know, were single, because it's like, oh, I can, you know what I mean? It's easier just to, I know myself, but then it's like when you think, how the fuck would you get around that shit when you're with someone? Like, who's going to accept that about you? Oh, so obviously I'm channeling things like that, but it's true, you know what I mean? But now I just, you know, where I'm at in my life is I'm like, look, it's not like that all the time, but sometimes if it's like that, there's something going on with me and I'm overwhelmed and I'm stressed. And that's actually like anyone. And that's how, you know, how lots of people can be like, oh, we're all like that, we're all on the spectrum, that one, we're all on the spectrum somewhere. Please never if anyone fucking says that here, I won't go mental, but I'll be like, delete the comment because it's so fucking ignorant. Like, no, not everybody's on the spectrum somewhere, right? Some people have got real difficulties in it, you know, and again, some people really can't manage it as well and get so depressed. I mean, I was actually saying this to someone yesterday. I understand why, anyway, I can't say things like that on here anyway, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's fucking draining and it's stressful life anyway, but when you've got a whole load of difficulty and it's just like, oh, fucking hell, man, for me to do the slightest thing, it's like, so I know what my difficulties can be, but I feel, you know, this will be different for different people. And I don't know what it is about it. It's the dishes thing that fucking does my nutting. So I don't know what shifted there, but I don't think I'll be getting in the same mess as what I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but because it's like I've found a system that's quite simple. But it's weird. It's like that's the thing with things like this. You things that other people just I can come up with the most craziest ideas ever because I've got 6 retrograde planets, right? The most creative, craziest solutions that nobody else would have thought of for things that are like, you know, really fucking serious, sometimes life threatening situations that people are in, like serious. That's the kind of stuff I deal with. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. But things like little simple hacks of data, I'd be like, what the fuck? I would because I remember my best friend. This was a few years ago, and it was like it was the dishes again. The dishes are my problem. But I actually love doing dishes. And what's weird is my youngest niece, my mum said she loves doing dishes too. Because the other day my mum gave me like something. It must be a bad. I haven't even noticed. It was something like some kind of dishwash and brush thing. And my youngest niece was like, "Where's the thing?" You know what I mean? Um, how do you know if you'll have a wee R beside the list on your chart? Did I put your chart on my? Are you one of the people that sent me your? I don't know if you're one of the. If you're on my list, I'll have a look. Um, but um, yeah, it was a few years ago now, and it was something really simple, but it was the same thing. I was like, oh man, like how's it just piling up when it's just me? And it was just so simple. She just showed me what she does every day, and that's how most of the time I've been on top of it. And again, it might have even been like 5 years ago or something. But I remember specifically, but you know what I mean? It was because it was her. It was because she's very grounding for me, and so is my mum. So it was like because it came from her, I remembered it, and I've been like I said most of the time really good. And like I said, the only time, usually most of the time, when my dishes are a mess, it's because there's something going on, or which a lot of time isn't really, there has to be something quite bad going on with me because I've kind of moved through that stage. Thank fuck, there was always something going on. Either I was helping somebody else put a fire, or I was putting out my own drama. Again, that's when I was in my own trauma, all this kind of stuff. That's what I mean. This is what I'm saying. That's the levels of consciousness I'm talking about. If you're always somebody that's always putting out a fire here, there, and everywhere, apart from it's your work, because it can be my work, that's different. If that's your personal life, you're surrounded probably by a whole load of trauma bonds, and you might want to stay there. It might be your pals in your comfort zone, but you're worthy of more, and you're allowed to change your life. And it doesn't mean you don't love people. You can, you know. One of my clients said once, who funnily enough, it's someone that isn't in my life now too, but I always remember saying like, end of contract, see you later kind of thing. It was something like that. It's sometimes it can be like that. Don't hold yourself back for others because maybe you were meant for more. It's nothing to do with it, it's not personal. But I'm glad I don't have a whole load of drama going on in my life. You know what I mean? It wasn't normal the amount of fucking fires I was putting out for people. It just wasn't. Which is why I said I protect my weekends fiercely. And by the way, I'm on the masculine card, so the masculines could be going through a whole lot of shit right now. And I know they are because that's the sessions I have with people, but it's just because this is all coming out of me like lava. Um, I'm not good at this lip reading. I know, that's funny. I hope patient people hung around to. That's so funny. That always happens though. That's funny that that's actually really deep that the mic died when I was talking about my pain. See what I mean? People, even if I'm telling you, people don't hear it. Yes, that's making me want to cry a little bit. I get that. That's fucking deep. But I know you do. I know people hear it as much as you, but that's quite deep, really. Um, and the point is that could actually be applied to a lot of us. Nobody will ever know what it is you're actually going through. You could try and tell them. It's like that's like a twin flame journey. Nobody will ever get it. Even other twin flames, like we've all got unique stories and journeys and stuff. So loads of crazy synchronicities too, like I said. But because I said it's a little thing sometimes can help so much. Absolutely. Oh my god, same in my bedroom. My room drove my mum mad. My mum drove me mad cleaning. My mess made sense to me because I remembered where everyone was. Yeah, same here. My ADHD and my autism clash sometimes. Yes, that happens a lot, the combination of that. How do you know if you have retrograde planets? Yeah, oh, you sent it. Right, okay, so that, let's see. Yeah, and also because you've just said that, because I help a lot of people with that, the combination of having ADHD and autism is challenging because the ADHD part is craving the spontaneity and the excitement and like, doing, what we're gonna do next or, just generally. And the autism part is craving organization, generally speaking. So you can freeze even more. You can freeze with one of these things, but you can freeze even more. And some days you might be getting pulled more to one or the other. And it's, and then again, it's just, yeah, it's very distressing, and then you can go, whether you've got one of these things or both, you could go in to a complete like burning out and freezing. And um yeah, you know what I mean? Like I've went through times in my life, like it is not like I said, I've got better with some of these things, and in other ways I've went backwards. Like I was actually just sharing that with my auntie, that was my favourite auntie, that was, don't tell anyone, but again, if people lurk. But it's yeah, my auntie was just sort of sharing some things I was struggling with. And it was like it's kind of frustrating when I found all these coping mechanisms and I don't rely on any type of medication or that. I just feel it would take away my whole personality. And again, I don't people can do what they want with what they're guides to do, but that's me personally. Um but some things I can go backwards with. And again that makes sense. 6 retrograde planets, extremely rare. Retrograde planets are about going backwards. Do you know what I'm saying? But it has its perks too. But it's like the patience that I've got to help people through things is, I always say that, but I literally am the most patient person I know. Too patient with some things. Um, but it is a good quality to have, especially like with children and animals and um, people and people's shadows, people's ego deaths. That is what I help people with. Anyway, um, so let's check your chart. And it's just something that's very, this is all these topics are very current right now because lots of people have found out that they've got difficulties later on in life. 35 to 40 is a hotspot, or older, and then you're like angry at life because you're like, why didn't I have this support before? Um, right. Wait a minute, I should just put your name in. Oh yeah, there you are. Right, let's see how many you've got. I've just remembered something I was going to do, but I'm like, oh. I'll do that another time. What was it? I was going to do like a hot seat. Not I'm not doing it tonight. It's too late. But another time soon, I'll do it where I'll get people to come on and chat. Like I won't force you, like, but if you want to. Yeah, I'm a little angry at life. That's why I'm starting my studies all over again. Well, keep at it. Like, look at that. I'm trying to think. What age did that go? I went to uni when I was 24, and I left school with no qualification. Well, I had basically I didn't have any hires, right? And is that right? Because I did do. I'm sure I done higher maths. Did I not get it? Anyway, I left with no hires, right? I left with pretty much fuck all. And then I had to go to college, which is quite funny because I was at college with my twin flame, but I didn't know him. So it's quite weird the way he was yeah. So anyway, and it was because I was so shy, I never used to look up. And my best friend at the time, would be like, "Look up, some of those guys are tidy," and I'm like, I was too shy, I wasn't looking up. And then I worked out later, I was like, "Wait a minute, that's where a lot of them go to sit." And I was like, and then I worked out some other people that had studied the same, and I was like, I think we were in college at exactly the same time. Because my friend always used to say, "Oh, I was looking in the window and there's all these tidy guys like studying this." And I'm like, that must have been like one of them would have been him. So it was quite funny. And then it was the same friend that the night I met him, I was with her and she was like, he keeps looking at you. And I'm like, no, I thought he was looking at you. She's like, no, he's looking at you. And then he was looking at me because he came over. But um, yeah, I got fuck all qualifications from there because I really just went to not, I didn't even go to, to check out the guys. I went to go and just hang out and make a couple of friends. I just, I'm convinced I actually just go into higher learning to make a few pals, learn a few tough life lessons, and well, my uni experiences was definitely because that's really interesting. That's not even kidding. Because then when I went as an adult to do, because you're apparently an older adult when you're in your early 20s, that's when you're fucking ancient. But if I was ancient at 24, you must be seen as a very older adult. But it's like, it's because they're all like on freshers week and that, and I was going out. I was wanting to go out and pals my own age. I wasn't able to go out with any of them, but it was kind of like, um, and also I was surrounded by people that were like, oh, honestly, because it was Edinburgh Uni, it was like I felt I was really like Legally Blonde. It was fucking insane. There was people like gossiping about like, oh my god, I'm not going to walk down Leaf Walk because they'd seen Trainspotting, and then I was like, I'd be like, well, you're really missing out because there's actually like really amazing people, and it's you shouldn't that's really ignorant. Anyway, but like I'd hardly say it, and then I'd come out with that. But yeah, it was quite magical how I met one of my best pals because we knew loads of the same people, and she's older than me, and we met because we were in one of the same uni classes, and then she's still one of my best friends now. So it's kind of like again, I honestly feel like that experience could have just been to meet her, one of the big things, and then when I went to the other uni, like I said, I don't like to talk about that one too much, but that was definitely the big experience that made me a Dark Knight of Soul Ascension teacher and everything. Um, but also I did have really beautiful friends there too. But sadly, I'm not friends with them now because I would say hi to them if I bumped into them, like, but it was too much PTSD with how that all went tits up. It's one of these things that they'll get to. It's all very sad though. It's sad on my part, it's sad on theirs. It was just, but they reminded me of the trauma. Really, it is quite sad actually. Very sad when I think about it. I told you I'm like Nanny McPhee. So one, two, oh yeah, I seem to remember saying this to you when I looked at it. You've got two retrograde planets. You've got you've got Venus retrograde. Oh, so you really will have had very unique, painful experiences in love. Because Venus retrograde in Scorpio, very interesting. And Saturn retrograde in Pisces. I don't know if I think I did notice that before. Your North Node is conjunct my Saturn. So I am a teacher for you. That's really funny, isn't it? Like that's how real astrology is. Saturn is the teacher, and North Node is your life purpose. So again, I'm just looking at your chart here, like, and also that conjunction I'm looking at, that is the big massive conjunction I've got with my twin flame too. So that's how important I am for you as a twin flame teacher. Definitely part of your purpose. I bet you it's got something to do with, because you've said that a few times, with whatever it is that you're not. Is it, what was it again? Singing or something? Is it, no? Is it singing? Or is it drawing? Oh wait a minute, I forgot whatever it is, the hidden talent that you've got that you're not sharing. I bet you that is what that is. It's part of bringing it out. Fucking hell, your sun's actually pretty much conjunct it too. It's literally nearly that. Fuck! Oh, holy shit, man! You've got Sun conjunct Saturn. Oh, that's quite tough. You must have had quite a tough life at some points. That would be quite challenging. Again, you've got a life in it, but I'm just acknowledging that would be quite. I'm glad you have got that Sag Moon like what I've got. Oh my god! Oh my god! Your Pluto. Oh, what? This is fucking insane. Your. I'm going to have to look at this later. Your Pluto conjuncts my Mars. My Mars conjunction Pluto. That's why you must. I think I said this before. If you find my message really intense, your Pluto conjunct my Mars. That is so intense. Remember, Pluto real Scorpio. That is so intense. Yeah. All I'm saying, we would have really. I think we'd be crying. I think I'd be crying too. This is some deep. This is some deep shit. Yeah, you've got that's yeah, that's quite interesting. You've got a lot of similar placements to my person. That's not my person. That's kind of my person. Right. Okay. So, um. So yeah, it was singing. I got it right the first time. Got that. So um. Yeah, my love life has been sad as fuck. Yeah, that's Venus and Aries, and because you've got it retrograde. Oh, sorry, not Venus and Aries. That's what I've got. Venus and Scorpio, and because you've got it retrograde. That's why. Interest in singing and streaming both. Yeah, I'll be able to help you both those things because I've helped other people with both those things. So tough life for 90% of it, insane amounts of trauma. Only ended end of last year. Going to book a session this Friday, by the way. Yeah, what are you booking it for? Actual Friday, or you're booking it on Friday? Just so I know, so I can prepare myself. Um, yeah, I see it getting deep as fuck. Oh no, it really will. Now that I've just saw those things. So this is the heart chakra message. This, and by the way, thank you, ladies, with all the drama. I don't know if I said thanks for the mic thing, but again, for future reference, right? This isn't me being nitpicky. It's just because I'm not gonna be able to see it. Right. So you just mean you're booking it on Friday for whatever. Yeah. Anyway, email me. Email me if you can't see a time that suits. Just email me and ask. Put it this way: I generally work Tuesday to Friday, but sometimes when the moon is in certain signs, it's not when I've got the most energy. So I might take it off, or sometimes I forget to take it off the thing. Or obviously if I had something on or that. So just double check it, even if it's on the schedule, you know. But if you choose a date and it doesn't suit me, I might email you and say I can't do that, but what else can you do? So just for anyone else that's watching as well. And make sure that whatever you do choose, you've got a few hours like spare, like as in a lot. I would book it on a day that you've not got anything else on, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the first time. Um yeah, the next time the mic dies, right? Anyone that wants to help with this, put in capital letters, the mic's died, like just fucking shout at me in the cap because it'll get my attention. Because sometimes I don't look up if I'm in the flow, I might, you know what I mean? So, but that wasn't too long. I'm loved, I am loved, heart chakra. This card is a reminder that you are so loved. Again, masculine energies really need to hear that right now. Like I said, I know that from um sessions. That's good because Tuesdays are usually a good day for me too, and that's a Mars day, so it's like action. That's a good day, um, and it's good that it's after 3 p.m. most days because I don't tend to book things till to the earliest. That's because sometimes I wasn't getting up till late, but now I do tend to get up early. Um, but I just don't. You know, what I mean, I'm one of those people like I'm just better like after lunchtime. For work anyway. This card is a reminder that you're so loved. You're made of universal life force energy and pure light essence. You are made of love. Love for oneself and others, relationships, compassion. Oh, there's that word again, compassion. Forgiveness. Wait a minute, when I'm saying again, just bear in mind, I'm probably, if it wasn't on this, it was on one of the videos that's coming. I'm getting so fucking confused. Well, forgiveness, empathy, connection, receptivity, acceptance, generosity. I'm telling you, there's something about masculine, female, and male energies. Like, you are being like really forced almost into your feminine energy. Some of you have been forced in it, and some of you are gently, bit by bit, going into it. But there's something about receiving, and like I said, even for some feminines, you know, there could have been like that's why I was telling that story when it fucking cut me off about something as simple as that. Like, because you know that's how sometimes I would be worse for that when I was younger, but my mum will offer that all the time. Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to do that? I was like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it once I get my work done. But it's like, you know, I don't like a lot of time I'll stop and I'll be like, actually, yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great, but don't feel you have to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of growing up, really, when you can do that. And that's something that it's like, you know, whether you're a woman or a man, it's great if you can actually do that because you're probably tired because you've been doing a lot. And the things might not be actually taking, it might be like mentally you're going through a lot, or you're holding other people's stuff, or emotionally, or you know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's like abundance too, because I've done that abundance activation. A lot of people in this world, like I'm one of the people too, it's like to be abundant, it's not always about money. Like the spiritual currency and the spiritual abundance of the Empress mode that I'm in, it doesn't matter how much money you've got, you can't buy that energy. Like I've worked hard to get into this state, and that's why I protect my energy fiercely. But I also share it very generously, and that card's talking about generously. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's why I need to get creative about, right, there needs to be avenues for my abundance to open up. And there, it sounds like it's opening up anyway. If you're again, I never. It's no offense to you, but I actually, that's so weird. I said that in one of the videos. I never take that literally when people say they're booking because the amount of times people say, I actually said this in one of the videos for tomorrow or the next day. People people have said it for years of it, and I just learned not to do. You know, you shouldn't anyway, but I don't get my hopes up. But I do hope for you because for me and you. Like I feel it will be really exciting whenever we talk. Um, but you know, but there you go. That's quite funny because I just done that abundance activation. Then you're saying that, but it's like that's the point. No amount of money in the world would be able to buy people that energy that I'm in. Because when people do personal readings for me, it doesn't matter who it is. And it can be people that don't know me very well, or people that do know me, and some people that know I do this, some people that don't know I do this. And they people always say about spiritual royalty with me, it always comes through. And now, whether that's been a past life or I've been connected, because I've always had stuff come through like that. Again, I always made that joke. It's like, why were none of us a tramp in a past life? We were always like an Egyptian queen or king or something. I'm sure we've had different energies. But yeah, I get it. And it's because I'm grateful and you know, I cultivate and I know how important that is to be in that energy. Um, yeah, so anyway, you know, you if you're in that area too, like, you know, basically people, everybody's got different things to bring to the table, and an empress has earned it, but that an empress is meant to have an emperor to protect them, and you're meant to encourage each other's strengths, you know what I mean, and support each other's not so strengths. I don't like the word weakness. Themes for a cross reference reading: relationships and relating, connections to self and others, love language. Yeah, I love that. I work very closely whenever I work with people in personal sessions or the couple stuff or anything like that, like love language, attachment style, all of that we can look into. And position, heart, color soft emerald green, traditional Sanskrit name, Anahata. And here's the affirmation: I am loved. I have a huge open heart that has the capacity for infinite dimensions of love. I love deeply and freely without attachment or expectation. I'm compassionate and can see that we're all doing the best we can with what we have. I see challenges, opportunities to grow my heart even wider. This is scary. This is literally what I just said. It's like all the stuff I've been talking about. This is all anyway. It's happening all day. Heartbreak is not a paradigm I participate in, as it applies that someone is in our hearts, then they are not. Eh? I don't really get it. I understand that natural ebb and flow means different beings will be more prevalent in my life at different times, but that in essence we are all walking each other home. I welcome the syllabus of what we came to Earth to experience, and I know that the challenge of lessons creates the optimal landscape for our soul's evolution. That's kind of fucking fascinating, actually, because that is like what when we were talking at the start, and a lot of the chats we've had on here about when we're saying about when you have children, the karmic people and that, and I mean, so or whatever, but that kind of feels like that bit. Um, right, let's go with this. And then right, I'm gonna, I'll do that card at the very end with the other deck, and then I'll do the personal ones for the donations we've got. Feminine, shine. Yeah, keep shining, divine feminine, because it helps guide your masculines out of the dark, or other just any masculines that can see. Allow nothing to dim the light within you. Allow yourself to shine. Wow, I don't. We did get a thumbnail, didn't we? It was Hathor, but that is a very. That's a very. Fuck are the cards? That is a very Leo season card. Oh, 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 I nearly chucked them all on the ground. Oh, there's that very sexual card with a man that's very excited. That card says fertility and creation. Oh my god. I mean, what in the god's sake? I mean, this is god, this energy is very strong, isn't it? Don't fuck about with this stuff, guys, when you call it in. Again, it might look like I don't take this. I'm a joker, but don't be fooled by that. I take my work very seriously. You'll know that if you book a session, right? So, Hathor, where are? Oh, there you are. Right. Keep shining. Keep smiling. Keep shining. I don't know what song's that again. What have we got for the Oh, fucking hell. There we go then. Eternal. Oh, look, see, look what I was just saying about Emperor and Empresses. Eternal Queen. Oh my god, guys. Make. Bear in mind, this is the divine masculines. So again, if you're the female divine masculine, it's not going to have the same ring to it unless you're same sex, but make way for the queen in your life. Honor her many crowns. That is a drop the card, drop the mic moment. Look what I just said about the Empress has earned her stripes. They've earned being in that energy, whether male or female. They deserve an emperor to protect them, and so you can continue creating that energy. Fucking hell. So masculines, make way for the queen in your life. And again, some of you have been with a karmic queen. Seriously, some of you have been with a karmic queen, and you're just realizing who your divine feminine queen is. Your view of the world is changing. Look beyond the illusion to see the most spectacular views. New vision. That wasn't for everyone, but that was coming in strong for some. I think it was got something to do with all the detours of what I've channeled here. So whether it's your past or present, hopefully nobody's future. But again, everyone's got a different path. Right, I'm going to pull this card. I'll read it at the end. So I'm going to pull some cards for Renee and pull some cards for Beck, and then I'm going to get off because it's actually 10 to midnight. Fucking hell, how did that happen? How long have I been on here again? It's like a surprise every time I get off. Oh, nearly 3 hours. That's that one. That's nothing really compared to all the other times. Right, okay, so um what's the card? Wow us on the last of the close. Oh, so there you go. It's different times all over the world, and some people watch this replay, but that's why they want me to sit on till midnight because it's like we've just soaked up and bathed in the last of the Lionsgate portal magic. There's 10 minutes of magic left, and the window of opportunity closes. The door of opportunity closes. That's quite interesting. I think I might change it. I actually put that in the title and I changed it last minute. It originally had at the end windows of opportunity, and I changed it to Goddess Isis and Hathor. Now, it doesn't mean things can't still happen. We've called it in, but look, if people don't believe that I'm a real channeler and that I really am a twin flame shaman healer by now, I don't know what the fuck, you know what I mean? I have literally just pulled coming together after saying that. Bear in mind that this is the last, yeah, you better believe that I'm using the drama of my Leo Midheaven right now. They're using it for me. This is the last day. Like I just said, this is the last 10 minutes of calling in this union energy. It doesn't mean you've got 10 minutes like, and if it doesn't happen, you're not getting it. No, we're calling in the energy now. I call it in every year, whether I like it or not. They guide me to do that every year, right? And because of that energy that we've been calling in, enough has been done that's why they said I can stop, you know, like, because I normally do it like after this day that's up, but they were like, stop doing that, focus on the, focus on the detox and whatever I'm going to be doing, the way I'm doing it. But that's quite nuts coming together. Some of you will literally be in a physical union sooner than what you think, or you're already in it. But for those of you that you're not, it's because there's more things to unfold in your journey. You've got to, like, for instance, Beck, we're going to pick on you in a good way. You need to let out your singing. You need to have the confidence to be visible. You know what I mean? Maybe it's sharing your singing or sharing whatever you want to talk about with conscious, whatever it is in your unique way. You know what I mean? You've got more. You need to do that because maybe if you met your twin flame, you wouldn't like. I always know that about my journey. If the fates and the gods had allowed, which they certainly fucking did not with the detours, but anyway, laugh when you're crying. I've definitely cried and all that shit. It's, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have been doing what I've been doing. And I remember even saying this when my mediumship a couple of years ago in here. I've noticed how much my mediumship in particular has flourished because I've been doing this mediumship Monday thing for like, I don't know, when did I start that? I feel like it was 3 years ago or something. It might even be 4 years ago, but it's a while ago anyway. And because I do that every Monday without fail most of the time, and I've kept up the live thing for quite some time now. It never used to be live like that. It's like, you know what I mean? It's, yeah, I can see how if I'd had more going on in my life and I had a man in my life and that, I wouldn't have been devoting as much time. But all I know now is something shifted, and I know why it's astrologically. And it's like I'm still going to always devote a lot of time, but I'm ready for other things in my life. So coming together. So anyway, that was quite a good time to read that. So that's quite funny. Legacy of Light. What the fuck do we use? Is it that can be the surprise that people find out then. So with all that, don't let me forget and go off. I'm going to read them at the end. But that was crazy because I said it. Not me. They're just saying it for me. Right. Okay. So let's do Renee's cards first. So Renee, would you like one of these Egyptian ones? We'll do you one of these Egyptian ones and a financial ones as so. Let's see. I'll shuffle them until I see you saying that's so crazy that card got that. Good, because the card leapt out before I even saw you saying yes, please, and it's Divine Awakening, Cobra. So there's an 8 on this, and I know that your sun in Scorpio is in the 8th house, isn't it? It is, isn't it? Wait a minute. No, no. No, it is, isn't it? You have got, I can check actually. There's something, you've got a lot of stuff in the 8th house. I remember that. Maybe it's your moon. Let me just check. But I was drawn to the 8 and I was thinking 8th house. And you're a Scorpio anyway, but actually, hang on a fucking minute. If you're a Scorpio in the 8th, that is fucking full on. What's it doing? I don't want the fucking adverts. Ah, yes, it is your moon. Sorry. I was gonna say if your actual sun and Scorpio is in the 8th house, that's like double the fucking Scorpio. No, it's your I knew it was something, it's your moon. So yeah, you got 4 planets in Libra there. Um yeah, I don't know why they pulled me to it. Just think I'll just have a wee look now that I'm looking. What's that? Neptune. Ooh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, you're going through some really, really deep healing for a while. The next 3 years are really deep healing for you. But that's because of your North Node as well. It looks like you're feeling the benefits of it from what you've said. Right, okay, so yeah, the divine awakening, yeah. So well that actually I just noticed that matches with what I've just said. Right, so divine awakening, the cobra goddess Wadjet, like saying that Wadjet, presides over the marshy delta land of Lower Egypt. Cobras were greatly feared in ancient Egypt, so they revered them as sacred in the hope of staying safe from them. Seen as a symbol of the divine awakening of the Kundalini energy. I read this somewhere, and again, can't remember if it was in the membership. I think it was the membership. Don't quote me on that though, it's somewhere. And initiation, there's that word again. The cobra symbolizes sudden, difficult experiences that bring great benefit later. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, I just ordered the 888 charm too. Of course you did. Hilarious. Um, fucking hell, by the way. That's what it was. On that activation that I done in the membership, it was about the Kundalini energy. And that basically the message was like, not everyone was meant to get that. It's people that were ready for it. This fits with that. So man, it makes sense that you're in the membership and you're getting that card. Again, the changes you're going to go through over the next few years are going to be so huge. Like I am Wajat. I bring you news of sudden spiritual awakening that may take you by surprise, but bring you great blessings later. That'll be really funny if you have some kind of weird experience after that thing that I done earlier. Your divine Kundalini awaits further activation, and I suggest you invest in meditation. Oh my god, that's full of neglected stuff. Energy healing and spiritual lessons to smooth your awakening. And that's the message. And then I'll read all the keywords. Changes may be good or bad, but will become smoother over a few months. Unexpected, expensive. So that's the money messages. But don't take on some of these messages are quite. I don't know. They're quite blunt. So don't take on the stuff you don't want to take on because we called in the abundance and that thing. Love, short-term relationships likely, so avoid definite commitment at this time. Exploring, well, I don't think it's that. It's not that one for that, but might be. What does this say? Exploring sacred sexuality together might be that one. If in a committed relationship would be beneficial. You do you, boo. That's your business. But I did say it kind of amps up the passion when people work with me. Work career, temporary work would be best. Avoid long-term commitments if possible. Travel, stay at home and meditate this time, but in a few months travel will be positive. Yeah, I do think that, don't be surprised if you are feeling like you want to be at home more. It's because of this very intense changes that you're going through. Again, by the way, this isn't just Renee, this is all the masculine energies that may resonate with this. Health, take care, sudden back and oh my god, Renee, I've not even read this all, but look at this. Take care, sudden back and spinal problems lightly. Oh, that's because it's a Kundalini, but you already get stuff like that, don't you? Seek energy healing for lower back problems to release energy blockages. OMG, that is what Renee actually done. If you don't know this, I'll put that review specifically in the comments after for anyone that's new. That oh shit, actually. So Renee, your healing, your back pain got better during we done that first live session, but also there was a live session I done over here where Renee's pain lifted. So, again, this happens to people that are very connected to me. Sudden disagreements with partners and family members, keep calm, talk more. The situation should resolve soon. Again, don't take that on if you don't want to. Future, new spiritual and psychic awareness is coming, plus wisdom and understanding of the great mysteries of life. Love it. Right, let's get a message from here. Ever since I entered the North Node, I feel like I'm on turbo mode. Yeah, it does feel like that. You're catapulted into where you're meant to be. And it can be uncomfortable, but it's worth it. But again, that's where all the again, that you're a masculine where that's different because you are with your man, and it's it's different areas of life. But for other people, that, for other male masculines, particularly string mate, that could be like you're with the wrong, that was the right person for a time, but you wake up and you're with the wrong person, you're with the karmic person, and you're turbo mode north noded onto your divine purpose with your divine partner. You know what I mean? It's rough shit. I've helped a lot of men, but more women with that. That it's very challenging. So I do get it out there, people. I know it's very challenging. Yeah, I think a bathroom remodel may have to be done. Ah, right. So praying for the abundance. Oh, you can. There's a bit in that activation, the membership, where I said if money's tight, call in the money for that bill, or if money's okay, call in the money for some. Like if you want something luxurious, like you want the money for a holiday, or you want a spa day, or you want something that's like you know what I mean. So you could do that in there. Yes, you often lift my back pain, so that's not so that came true. Right, so what have we got here for these cards for Renee? Closed doors. No good job opportunities. The current job is coming to an end. Start all over again. But I feel in the case of you, it's like that's just backing up the closed door thing. Like you're closing the door on past trauma and like accepting that, wherever you were in lack, it's like, nah, that closing the door to that. I've found in my awakening, I've found no new doors that are opening up, new levels, but with new levels come new devils. Look, wrong decision. Fuck. So this is talking. This that's what I was talking about. This is exactly what that. You know this. I know that you know this. That and so like with always people, I'm getting really excited when I'm channeling this because this is what I mean about the energy so much stronger in the Lionsgate portal, which technically we're not in anymore because it's a couple of minutes past that. But where you are, it's still the Lionsgate portal, which is connected to the 888, obviously. This is closing the door on your past pain and trauma, and your physical pain in your back comes from your past pain and trauma that you're closing the door on. Wrong decision. So it's not a coincidence you spoke about, and you actually, what did you call him again? You didn't say toxic. What did you call your ex? I can't remember what you said, but you know what I mean. I'm sure you. This is what I mean by when I say wrong decision. I'm sure a lot of people do, But for me, when I look at it, I'm like, the karmic situations that I've been in as well. It's like, I've been in some fucking rough stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, to put it mildly. But obviously, we tame it down when we're talking. Yeah, there you go. You said abuser. Yeah, I've definitely, yeah, abuse can come in many levels, spiritual, mental, emotional, but I've been around challenging things in many areas of life. Even clients, I've been open about that I've had some people that have been, yeah, I've got a big heart, and anyway, less said about that there. But um wrong decision, reckless behavior can lead to bad consequences. Think before you act. But I think in your case, you've closed the doors on the pain of the past, right? But again, because they always deliver messages for other people's divine masculines, again, reckless behavior can lead to bad consequences. Wrong decision. Think before you act. I'm sorry, but again, think of all the shit that came through about fertility, illusions. There's so many warnings right now. This is prime time trapping people energy for people that are clinging on for dear life to situations. So sorry for the people that's already happened to, but putting out the message for this to find people that need to be extra vigilant. Weird because I don't often call them that. Well, maybe that's like that you're, I don't know, accepting really what it was because that would make sense to me. I mean, you're going to know better than me, but when some people don't realize how bad what they've went through is that even if it like you've no idea the amount of times I've had a man or a woman sitting telling me stuff, and I'm like that is so abusive. Like the amount of trauma from even one of those things is insane. That's the downside about when you heal yourself and you actually sitting in front of somebody that's like trained to spot that kind of stuff. It can be really comforting, but it can be sad, and it can be that's part of pulling back the parts of your soul that you're maybe that's why you're using that word. I don't know. You'll know better than me, but mission. Oh look, that's funny. That's the card that keeps getting stuck in there, but it's for a reason. That's what I was just saying about the North Node. Mission. Together we're unstoppable force. We have a purpose together. I'm determined to live it out with you, and you're already with yours. We're just perfect together. We can overcome any obstacles if we work as a team. Renee's a really good example of Renee didn't come to this channel because, oh, he's talking about twin flames. I want to know about twin flames. You serendipitously, synchronicity got led to here by your dad, who, if you don't know this, people, Renee's dad had literally just passed. And I mean, like, was it not like a couple of days before or something? Crazy synchronicity of on the wolf moon, guided to the wolf woman, and you connect to the wolf spirit too, to the wolf pack. And then it was only through the first Zoom that I've done that, you know, it's different healing journey for Renee. But again, I only had to see your man come in the door, and I'm like, your twin flames again. Don't over complicate. I don't just say that to everyone. Like you wouldn't have been led to me otherwise. But it's because your journeys have both been very painful, and you met, you know, at the right time. And again, it just I don't know. I just feel how lovely your relationship is. So yeah, it's part of your twin flame mission. Which doesn't see you're a good example of it. It doesn't need to be that you and him are doing something huge together. It's like you're on that healing journey, and the more do you know what? Actually, I don't know where it was. I don't know where it was. I don't know if it was in the membership or one of these videos coming up in public. But I said in one of them, it might be on Thursday's one, that somebody watching this, like I think it was in the membership maybe, you healing yourself is healing your partner. And I feel that was for you. It's for other people too, but I feel that really speak to you because I can feel it. Right, so we'll pull an abundance card, and then Beck, hopefully you're awake, and I'll pull yours. And anyone else before I go? Um, we didn't hit the thing, but if you speak up now, I will. No, we're healing together, absolutely. It is. Oh my god! Look what I've been fucking. Look what I've been saying about receiving, masculine and feminine. It's safe for you to receive. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to and through you. It blesses the world. And I know that about you, Renee, that you're very big on tithing, and you know what I mean? So I know that you'll really love that. So there you go. So it's still awake. Right, okay, beautiful. So let's see, what have we got first? So sending all that love away. I'll actually light a bit of sage and then sending all that love your way. And again, let me know your experiences in the comments on that activation when I finally upload it. It won't take long because it will be up at some point. And then that your way. Right, Beck. So, what have we got for Beck? You're going to eat something. I know you're going to eat something, and then I'm going to watch the rest of that shitty, just like that. Unless Celebs Go, I think Celebs Go Dating was coming on. Maybe it started on Monday actually. That might make sense because I'm seeing a lot of clips from it coming up on my thing. You'll know, Beck. You can tell me when it's. I could just Google it, mind you. Yes, I'm not good at receiving. But what you're going to say is, because you've just said that, I want you to make a promise to yourself you're not going to say that from now on. And start repeating an affirmation like, I am open to receiving. I am amazing at receiving. Just repeat that over and over every day. I'm amazing at receiving. I'm open to whatever wants to come to me that I am wanting to have. And I'm making it too complicated now. Good to have permission, exactly. Right, okay, so what have we got for Beck? I can see season 14 on Channel 4 website. Oh, is that this one then? Maybe put in like, why don't you, well, if you don't need to, I could do it after, but maybe put in something like, when does Celebs Go Dating start 2025? I don't, maybe something like that. I mean, yeah, because I'm seeing the adverts coming up on my YouTube thing. Sekhmet, change and healing. Love it. Carrying Nank. There's a card. 35. So 35 could be a significant age for you. You're only 30, aren't you? Are you 30, 31, something like that? It just opened up at 31. So 31 is an important age if you haven't reached it yet, anyway. 35. This fire goddess is the daughter of Ra, the sun god. As the Eye of Ra, she followed directions from him to take terrible revenge on humans for not respecting his authority as he aged. Ra then had to stop her to save humanity, and overnight, with the assistance of Tahuti, she became a powerful healing goddess instead. Fucking hell, that's all a bit rough. Is this meant to be a funny way of like mirroring back what I said to you about you must have had a rough life? It's kind of like, you know what I mean? All the priests of Sekhmet were powerful spiritual healers, and many black granite statues of Sekhmet assisted them in their work. I come to you as I stand in my chapel of Karnak temple. My energy resides in many statues through the ceremony of intention called opening the mouth. So know I still exist. Many changes are coming to you, and some will be wonderful, and some, oh my god, this is quite similar, even though it's a different card. Some will be wonderful, and some will be hard, but all will bring positive spiritual growth. Notice how I've told stories of how challenging my Dark Night Soul was, and I've only told you fucking snippets of it. Some of you have heard this for fucking nearly, like literally 10 years now because people have been hearing me. So sorry if you keep hearing the same things, but invoke me and call for me and see me as my image standing behind you, and you will always be spiritually protected. Keep me as your ally when you need more personal power, and do not be scared of me or your own powers. See, look, that's it's like I'm wanting to burst into song, like, into the unknown. It's reminding me of in Frozen when she's like, "Don't look at me, don't look at my gifts, and stay away from me." And I just like, you know what I mean? That's what it's reminding me of. That's what you're reminding me of. What's that song where she's like, it's that song when it's like, I can hear you. No, but I won't. Some look for trouble. I'm blocking out your silence call. You know what I mean? It's that bit. And then it's her that she's talking to. She thinks she's talking to somebody that's bothering her, and then it's like it's herself calling her. Or is it not her future self, actually? See what I mean? This is what, if you're new around here, but everyone else knows this, right? So I'm just saying for people that are new, every time somebody gets a personal card, right? Every time someone donates or pays, gets one of the bigger ones or whatever it is, it's always the masculine as a whole, or if it was it's never a feminine. It's always for the masculine basically, but it can be the feminine side too. Um, listen up, everyone, right? I'll home in on the person, but listen up, everyone, because this is what it is. It's like you think your shadow has been, so for you too, Beck, but everyone, you think your shadow's been like um bothering you, or it could even be like you actually think your divine feminine's been causing you problems, and then actually the closer you go towards doing the shadow work and the shadow integration, you're like, oh my god, my shadow or my twin flame wasn't trying to cause me pain or challenges at all. They were trying to help me, and in fact, that is me. That's so deep. Your Scorpio soul might really love that, but you know what I mean? It's like that is what it's like. Your ego is trying to protect you, but it can go too far and it can sabotage you and stop you from having good things. I don't know why, but it flashed in my mind there about Love Island, like when that guy really wanted to be the one he's ended up when the end and nearly won the show, but he was choosing another one he wasn't that bothered about. Do you know what I mean? He like caused all this fucking shit. But again, that's trauma. And he was a Venus and Scorpio. He was a Scorpio with Venus and Scorpio too. So that's probably why they just flashed that up. But you mean it's not that, it's just the different life lessons we've been on. So just as that Harry on Love Island done all of that, you'll have your own reasons, and it's part of your life lessons. While you've got why you've got involved with certain people that you do, or where you'll be led to the same friendships, and you know what I mean. But when you're ready to learn the lesson from it, which actually, Beck, you must actually be coming to the end of your Saturn return. Like that might be what that's about. This might be the last year of it. Um, Horrible feeling my twin will be like that guy. Ah, but remember this, right? This is why we need to talk. Because first of all, we need to work out if the guy you're talking about is actually your twin. I mean, it feels like it, and it sounds like it from what you say, but yeah, I can just tell that with all your Scorpio placements, and you've got a lot of placements the same as mine. Um, there's a lot of karma to be worked out there. So you know what I mean? It's all twin flames have that. Fuck, I said this in one of the videos. All these personal messages are so similar to the collective one. But yeah, anyway. Just book that session and we can talk. It's complicated when you've got heavy Scorpio, you know. It's when the two of you have got heavy, yeah, yeah. Like I said before, all twin flames have got their own unique story. Me and mine are no different, and yes. So, we don't become good teachers for no reason. I'm sure we can work that one out. So did I read all it? Yeah. So right, the abundance messages, all you require will come to you at the right time. Love, take care of relationships that do not nourish you, and if you ask me, I will move those persons gently away from you. Holy fucking shit. That is quite similar to what we've spoke about here. And definitely when you were saying that you were trying and the baby didn't come with that guy, I mean, that's all kind of nuts, isn't it? Work career, many changes coming. Might That's why, right? I've always believed that too. It's like it doesn't always happen like this because I know loads of people, male, female, where a baby's come along like that and it was absolutely fucking no kind of twin flame, not even a soulmate. It was a fucking nightmare. Do you know what I mean? But with twin flames, babies come like that. Boom. If that is your real person, be very careful if you don't want to come it because they come like that. They're fucking ready, and it's because it's your it makes sense. It's your energy. So you know what I mean. Um, right. Work career. Many changes coming might not feel comfortable at first, but your spiritual transformation is initiating these for you, and all will be well in time. But that makes sense to me too, because of the spiritual warfare and because it's so difficult. It's like running the gauntlet to get to each other. It makes sense to me that that would happen. Um, Travel. Sekhmet is calling you back to her in Egypt or to study Egyptian healing. There you go. Health, dramatic changes, sudden healing, or a time to move upwards to the spiritual realms. Family. So that's ascension. Talking about ascension. That's what I mean. Some of these messages are dramatic. Family. Some family might not like your new sense of personal power, but relative peace will come soon. That sounds like I don't need you to confirm that that's spot on from what you said about your cousin that was after your man that time. That's fucking no good, as they say on Love Island. Changes and challenges that accompany them. You can be best quickly overcome the challenges with spiritual processes and energy healing. Right, love it. Right, so what have we got from this deck? Loved Egypt. Have you actually been to Egypt? Or do you just love the energy of it? I pray it's the last year. I feel it is the last year, right? Again, because the don't quote me on this. You probably actually would be interested looking it up, but the oh wait a minute, actually, what am I talking about? I could just look at your chart. It'd be a lot easier to look at your chart. Um, it's just a lot of people I'm working with just now. They've just went into it, but actually, oh wait a minute, what am I talking about? I know that you're. Wait a minute, I'm going to slow down. Yeah, because I'm looking at Renee right now, so I need to go to your chart. I think you've literally just come out of it. That's what it is. Yeah, I don't see. I'm making life hard for myself. You you went through it the past 3 years, so you're probably like licking your wounds from it. So, because you're Saturn in Pisces, and Saturn's just went into Aries. Sorry, that's what I mean about. I do astrology differently. I channel it, but I had to use my brain there. And it's difficult this time of night. So, that's what I would say. You're licking your wounds. It's like you've just walked out a car crash, metaphorically. Do you know what I mean? If that's what you feel like, that's because, yeah, I can't even begin to tell you. Like, sorry to make it about me here for a minute, but I mean, I do that a lot, and especially it's because I'm very unique in that way. But it's because it comes in my mediums. It comes into everything. It's because of my retrograde, but it's because I'm an Aries, a Venus in Aries, and the moon's in Aries. But like, I was just working out there. That was like my 30th year was. This is why I'm saying to you, although you're out of it, it might still feel like you're in it, and it feels like that's why we're meant to connect because of what I've saw about whatever it was I said, was it your North Node conjunct my Saturn? Because I'm a teacher and I went through it ages ago, literally 11 years ago. I went through that. That was one of the most traumatic years of my life. So many people died that year in my life that I didn't grieve the trauma of it for several years after. I won't go too deep into it because some of it was like I said, it's like what I just said about my twin flame journey. It's like about my life too that are nothing to do with the twin flame journey because it's nothing to do with my twin flame. But like it's like things that happened to me in my life were so, put it this way, actually, I could say that it's like some of the things that happened to me in my life that were known to a lot of people because it was so kind of rare, the things that I was helping people with and stuff, would have been, it was overwhelming for even some of my friends and family, let alone the other half of my soul. So I can't even really imagine what he thought of any of that. So you know what I mean? It's like it's no fun either, but it was like some of the stuff that I was guided to support people through my calling was above and beyond what most people would be able to handle. But all I know is no regrets whatsoever. Again, that makes me upset, but no regrets whatsoever. It was beautiful parts of my purpose that I'll treasure. But I knew when I took on certain things I had to support people with that I knew there was going to be a significant delay to when I would even be friends with him, let alone anything romantically like that. So again, I'm being a bit cryptic. Some people that lurk on me will know exactly what I'm talking about. Some people won't. But the trauma that was involved for what I was, again, this, I'm not even talking about one thing now, because it was like that was my 30th year, and the things that happened in my 31st year supporting people close around me was, I've not even got any words for any of the stuff that's, my eyes are welling up now because I can feel loads of people in the spirit world. So this wasn't just a run of the mill somebody dying old age, or it was, yeah, people going that way, and young people, and then somebody else was young but not young but too young, because it was like people my mum and dad's age that shouldn't have. When he's funny, actually, if he comes in he'll make me laugh, but again, that was actually, he's coming in because I didn't grieve my mum and dad's best friend because of other people that had died that year, who he was like my uncle, because I was so traumatized because my nana died that year too. So again, anyway, let's burn the sage. But you see, this is what I mean, this is the danger of how our planets match up. This is what happens with Nathan. I go into old lady mode. But this is, can you imagine how deep it's going to get with me and you? Remember, I did say I'll cry too. It's not like I cry on everyone else's session, but I think I'll cry with you. Did I cry with you today? I can't remember, but I'm gonna fucking cry with her anyway. I can tell. Sorry for calling you her, but I can feel it. Yeah. So I'm telling you that shit the bastard, and I just burnt my arm. It's like shit the bastard. That was quite unique. Um, I'm just telling you, I was out of my Saturn return, but it didn't fucking feel like it. Sometimes it still doesn't feel like it. um, rough times. Yeah. So, like I said, when you see me looking happy and dare I say in love at one point and all that, just fucking leave me to it because I fucking deserve it. Right. So let's get the abundance cards. Um, all my family. I just saw Renee saying all my family are idiots. My mum fell in love with Egypt. Yup, my family are all idiots. Oh no, that was you that was saying it. Yeah, I went with my fam. And you see what I mean? Like, this is so sad though. That's because you are both in the masculine energy. That's good for other people to say. Like, because you know what I mean? I'm not saying it, you're saying it. So I'm sorry that that's your experience. I was about to make it. Well, I was about to make a joke there. I can fucking, my family could do my head in from time to time too, but they do support me as well. So you know what I mean? It's like it's not quite the same. Past 3 years with my ex. Oh fuck yeah, shit. So there you go. That was your fucking. Also, do you want to go one deep? This is one level deeper. So again, this is what I mean, guys. For those of you that are lurking or those of you that are live, my type of astrology is different. I channel it, I feel into it, I'll say things and then I check the chart after, blah blah blah. Or like you saw there, that was easy. Astrologer that has learned textbook would be like, they know because it's like your Saturn and Pisces, we just come out of that. But I have to think a minute. I'm like, oh yeah, Saturn and Pisces was about tough lessons and illusions, confusion, illusion, manipulation, spell work, witchcraft, everything. And you were with your family for that. You were with your, well, yeah, it was your family. You were actually going to start a family with an illusion, right? Sorry to say that, but that's how it was all a big trick. It was all a big fucking trick and a trauma bond. And that makes sense. And then, when Saturn was retrograde in Pisces, definitely. So I wouldn't be surprised if you were getting pulled back at some point or you felt like you were. And by the way, be careful because Oh, fuck. That's this right. Oh my God, sorry. I'm being so dramatic right now. Sorry, not sorry. That's how they use me as a channel. That's why I'm fucking saying that. That's why you're not fully out of it because Saturn retrogrades. Oh my God. I think it, wait a minute. Saturn retrogrades back. I think it is it October. I'm gonna have to check that. When does I love how you don't even need to spell things and it just that's what I do like about I don't there's not much I like about AI, but I like that about Google that you don't and why is this talking absolute oh, oh my God, guys. It's not October. It's like I'm so freaky, haven't I? It's not me, they're talking through me. Remember when I kept saying things about the 31st of August? I don't know if that was on here. I don't know if that was on here or the videos that you're going to see. I didn't know it was that soon. Saturn retrogrades back into Pisces August 31st, where it will remain for the remainder of its backward spin, much like Neptune's current retrograde. Right, so see, I should really know this stuff, but wait a minute. So that's why it's not over. Sorry, it's kind of over just now. Enjoy the time just now, but we'll support you through it. When does we'll know when it's in Aries because people will be going, I should know that. February 13th is when Saturn's fully in Aries. And it will remain in Aries until 12th April 2028. Yeah, so that's when you're really out of it, right? So again, that card was indicating that you're, but so the sooner you get that session, the better. Get your soul strengthened up for whatever. But isn't that crazy? That's how real astrology is. So many people. I mean, you just happen to have Saturn in Pisces. But when Saturn was in Pisces for everyone, there were so many people that were hoodwinked by illusions. Some people are fucking set up camp, have kids and families and fucking marriages with illusions. You know what I mean? Sorry, call it that, but it's the truth. Um, but you'll have learned the lessons you're meant to learn. And that's why I kept channeling. That was like a big spell, a spell cast over the collective. And when it went in Aries, it was like the bubble burst, right? But that's why some people could be going backwards. Really, they could be getting pulled backwards out, or definitely, from August to like next year, and then some people will come out of spell again. But let's pray that most people have woke up to the bullshit. There'll definitely be things collectively. Past few years, my ex mad. Well, I broke up with him last year and cut off the last of my fam last year. People started dying 2020, 2024. Oh, yeah. So sorry to hear that. I remember you said, I only have children left, no other family really. Sorry, Beck. Same. We'll absolutely be balling. Oh, yeah, totally. So I don't love my ex and I never want to go back, but I did have moments. Yeah, be very careful though from the end of, just be careful like from the end of this month to February next year. Don't get pulled back there. I don't know if that's even a reality, but don't get pulled back there. All the masculine energy listening, especially if you've got that. Ouch! I start my science studies in September, but you see that might be quite good because you can focus in on that. You know what I mean? Going to be busy as fuck. Things still feel heavy. I'm pretty good at knowing things were off. I knew not to marry or have kids with my ex. Good, right? But then what? But you did say you were trying at one point. So you must have woke up to it when you came out of that gift. You will discover new talents that will lead to new opportunities. Use opportunities arise. You already know what your talents are. You just need to bring them out and show them. Love it. I'd already said that. Luckily, I told my ex no contact, so no chance of him contacting me. Oh, you said he's going to. But is he going to, the karmic energies respect? Hmm. Oh my God, you got the same card. Look, wrong decision. That's just backing up what I said for everyone. Wrong decision. Reckless behavior can lead to bad consequences. Think before you act. They said what they said. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if that's about him. But that if that's not about him, that's about other people. Don't get love goggles and get involved with the wrong person. Just be very extra discerning from basically this point on, definitely the end of the month, but this point onwards until February. Very discerning about your love life. Wouldn't be bad to focus in on your studies, actually. I would focus in on your studies. Luckily, I told my ex no. Oh, yeah, I read that bit. Yeah, because of my endo, he respected it for almost a year, to be fair. I do a lot of reckless things, to be honest, yeah. Well, that's the mixture of ADHD and autism, so don't beat yourself up for that. You'll not be alone in that. Like I said, I'm more I wouldn't no, I wouldn't I don't know if I would call myself in the straight and narrow, but it's like but you know what I mean, in the terms of I'm definitely not for a couple of nights this August anyway. But um yeah, you know, I would get pished and get into shitty situations a lot of times on an Aquarius moon, as I've shared about. So I hope nobody had a horrible Aquarius moon. Um but we live and we learn, guys. I just hangovers are just the worst thing in the world. I don't know how people can just keep doing that again and again and again. The fun is usually not worth the exchange. So you that look at it. I don't know if I date or not. I'm so confused about love. I avoid it. Yeah, you definitely come and clear some of that confusion. Right. Power. Yeah, look, step into your power. But that means about sharing your gifts, but it also means about take your power back and then you can change some of that negative self talk. You have the power to take control of your life, career, and finances. Focus on your needs. Home based. Home is the harbour of the soul. It's the safest place you can be. Change your environment. Are you happy in the home that you live in? Or maybe that's about be careful about who you invite into your home. Clear the clutter. When in doubt, throw it out. Clearing. They just guided me to that. That came up in one of the, I don't know, membership or here. And we'll end it with this. I keep wanting to sing Into the Unknown, Into the Unknown. Oh, yeah, totally. Look, go for these cards. Visualize abundance in all forms. God gave you such a great spiritual power, like that card I just read, that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you'll experience. And basically, like, look, I don't know what we'll do. Well, that basically for everyone, the first time, well, you better get involved in those. I mean, you don't need to, but it would be wise to and the things I'm going to be doing, you know, for the next 10 days in public, and then I'm taking in the membership. Um, like, um, what was I going to say there? Oh, yeah, because like the first time we talk, it was just basically about clearing a load. It's just a big giant clearing, right? And then after you leave a bit of integration, it'll be the time after we talk. Then, if you choose to, you know, do more work with me, it will be what there's something that we can do is it's a creative visualization where you know think about all the things that you want to bring about and we'll do a visualization where you know you let go of it in a bubble and all I can say is the people I've done that with some of them are sitting in their dream house following their calling following their dream jobs on social media people that were really shy all things that you've mentioned you want to do so true story um So yeah, hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, helpful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you'll experience. Because that's the part of me that you maybe I don't know, you might resonate with it more. You can decide, but you know, because I'm a hypnotherapist with the NLP as well, and I was always able to get into people's subconscious minds before I trained in that. But because, you know, and actually, oh shit, yeah, because of the way our planets conjunct, it is to do with my Mars and Scorpio and my Pluto and Scorpio in the 12th house, like my Pluto and my Mars in the first house. The Pluto can really get into people's subconscious mind to clear the negativity and the negative self talk, which everyone with ADHD or mixtures of ADHD, autism, all these different depression, because like I always say, some people that are diagnosed with clinical depression, it's you know, I mean, it's not, and it's like trauma, and it's like some people have got that, so I don't know who I'm speaking to here, and some people haven't, right? And some people it's like undiagnosed ADHD, and also it's all different fucking mishmash. Like I said all the time, it's difficult when people have got mixtures of trauma and it's ADHD, and it's different also. But that's my expert at kind of being able to work this all out. But all I know is the tools that I've naturally got from my past life and things that I've trained in to back it all up. It's miracles can happen. So for whoever, for Beck, but for other people that are listening too, ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped, and it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God to help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. So it's about receiving. It's really coming through strongly that the masculines, male and female, need to be open to receiving this help. So love it. I hope that served you. And I'm going to read those cards and get off now because I'm actually quite hungry. And I need a cup of tea because I really should have made one before I came through here. I need to declutter. I just want a PhD and a kid, maybe a life partner. That's funny that you want the kid before the life partner. Your Mac will sleep soon unless plugged into a power outlet. That's always my sign that somebody is unplugging from the matrix or they need to. But I'm on my way, so I'm on my way from happiness, from misery to happiness today. I'm on my way. Now that could have meaning for you, but I actually think I'm channeling someone's loved one in spirit. One of our Scottish people watching. I'm sure I sang that once a couple of years ago. I might be wrong, but I don't think I am because I felt someone's dad specifically when I started saying that. So he'll watch this at some point. I think that's for a lot of people. I'm on my way from misery to happiness today, coming out of a dark place. Right, let's read Coming Together. We'll read Legacy. Actually, wait a minute. I think they came out at the. These like to come out together, don't they? Coming Together, Sensual Awakening. Legacy of Light. I'm sure those cards came out together last time. Dance of the Planets. That's what's happening right now. Remember I pulled that the other day? The planetary alignment. Legacy of Light. You're called to bear light, to carry forward the legacy of a spiritual lineage of wisdom and deep service to Earth. You're part of the spiritual lineage, a belonging that extends through generations past and generations yet to come. Honor the importance of your task and realize that you're a light bearer, that you carry a legacy of consciousness and embodiment of light upon the earth to share for the betterment of future generations. Yeah, everything we've spoke about tonight. Total Leo season. May the ancestors of your lineage bless you with unconditional love and devotion as you carry the light forward now. Blessed be. This oracle says to you that you have connected more powerfully with a source of spiritual guidance and instruction that is helping you to full activate your divine life mission and purpose. Remember I pulled the mission card for Renee? It's confirmation that however you're choosing to live your life is in service to light, whether it be obviously so to others or not, and that your personal growth and spiritual path are helping the greater human soul evolve. If you're basically having fun doing your thing, that's how you're helping people. Do you know what I mean? 123, fuck it, let's go. That's the page number. You're acknowledged as a jewel of light upon this earth, as an important link in the heavenly chain of divine awakening. This oracle brings confirmation, if needed, that relationship issues are arising for you now are not only about your own personal healing, but healing the emotional legacy of your ancestral lines. That is the Jupiter conjunct Venus and Cancer, family ancestral stuff. To do this, you may wish to journal, dance, or meditate, or dedicate a yoga practice to the healing of your ancestral inheritance, and ask that your own relationship be assisted through the karmic grace of your own ancestors to step into more consciousness of love now. I measure time in years and memories and good friends. Thanks for helping me to see I can count the special ones on my hand that I can count on you. Fucking hell, I can count my friends on one hand. I don't know about you, but fuck hell, I remember when I read that last time. I can definitely, yeah. If you're counting them in more than one hand, I think you better fucking look again. I don't really believe that. I think that's when we're living in a bit of a fantasy. I definitely know that was the case for me. But anyway, that was past me, and I forgive me for not being able to see through situations and people that were definitely not friends. Some of them were, some of them weren't. Right, so um, 3/4 of my grandparents were Scottish. Oh, there you go. Well, I did all the kid business first and finding myself and healing now. Wouldn't recommend that system. Renee, a lot of people in your generation done that, and a lot of people in my generation have done that. I know loads of people that have done that, and they'll be finding themselves now, like when their kids are getting older and stuff. It's, oh, we all do it differently. And then some people wait until they're much older than they planned and they start, what I mean? We're all different. We're all going to live to be a lot longer than what they say. Once, I've said this before, but once somebody told me I was going to outlive everyone in my life, and I was like, that sounds really fucking depressing. Well, I'm just going to be like an old prophet. Anyway. Right, okay, so coming together. Like I said, remember it when you watch that, but remember, keep that in mind, everyone. That is really special, what I said before I pulled the card. That this is the last day calling in the unions in this way. And I'd say our work is done. So I'm glad and proud of myself. I showed up to do it as much as I could. Wasn't every day. I tried the days I could. But you showed up, and like I said, if no one was showing up to watch this shit, I wouldn't be here doing it. So anyway, coming together. You and another soul are coming into each other's worlds. It is a karmic destiny that is unfolding, an expression of a divine plan set in motion many lifetimes ago. That destiny may have a romantic purpose. It may have a sacredness that is sexual. It may have a sacredness that is creative, tender, about learning, self esteem, and courage. It may bring a gift of enduring friendship and loyalty, or be an expression of a passing flash of divine force that shakes your foundations and helps you move you out of a situation which would have consumed your light with tediousness and playing small. The coming together is happening, however. Know it is of love. Ancestral curses, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're breaking them. That, yeah, I spoke about that in the thingy earlier. You've not seen it, but I'll put it up. This oracle you heard me, obviously, though. You heard me telepathically, the howl. This oracle brings guidance. You're going to be moved by love, whether it is a long term or fast and furious. It is love and it has meaning. Let it be what it is, and do not try to force it to become what you think it must be. It has worth, as do you. Enjoy the experience and know that it serves your growth. Well, after one, I'm just going to put it out there. I hope that's talking about my twin flame at some point very fucking soon, because I'm not happy about this still not happening, and it's August. I don't know how many more Augusts can pass by without fucking bumping into this guy, but never mind. So, but I'm just sort of saying, like, look, this might be somebody else I bump into that, spins me on a dance floor. That's all we'll get to do, though, but I'm just saying. Right, okay, so I don't know how it's going to be for each of you, but like I've said, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I don't even need to leave the house, and it's people that come to fix stuff that try it on, but they don't get anywhere either. So 66, flattering though, isn't it? That happens a lot when someone's got Venus in Aries. Right, so I'm going to say good night to you all now, and it's going to be the last of this. But like the battery's going to chuck me off, and 8%. Oh look, the closing of the Lionsgate portal, and it's 8%, infinity. One of my symbols that I love, and I'm sure a lot of you do. And so I'm just going to read this. It's very short, it's 3 lines, and we're going to close this out. So thank you for sharing your past, your present, and prayers for all of our future and our unions. The present unions, the future unions, and letting go and healing the past experiences. We've all had what we were meant to have, and we will have what is destined for us to. In divine time, that annoying word. So Thank you for all watching, liking, commenting, and again, if you can comment after this is finished, much appreciated because it helps the algorithm and it'll help the other Twin Flame people in Twin Flame land find us. So, two energy patterns came together, a shared frequency and a field of possibilities, and there was resonance. Coming together for a legacy of light. Powerful light warriors, sensual awakening. It's happening at some point. So anyway, sleep well, and like I said, I think the next time you'll see me live will be Monday. But yeah, see you later. And thanks for your donations, guys, and because that honestly, the messages were definitely needed for other people to hear as well.